I'd like to take this time just to tell you to eat my ass.
Fists in the air, the crowds all blaze. Moments that steal the mundane's haze. No fear, no hold in this maze. Reach the peak of these wild days. It lives, Friday night lives. You die, but Friday night lives. Hosted by Deadbeat Radio, Stuntman Mark and Rambo Rap.
Now look at this bullshit here. Let me just say this right now. Mark is going to have to get his shit together, because this is just every time. I was on time. I was perfectly on time. You were on time. Waiting around on Mark.
Tell you, he's too busy making out with Megan, just
Oh.
getting posters, watching movies. It's his favorite movie of the year. He told me on Instagram.
Yep. I knew he would love it. It's got all his favorite things. It's got AI in it.
Yeah, he loves the first film. He loves
Kind
this
of girls.
one. Yeah. Robots.
Yeah, robots.
Don't buy one in Germany.
I'm too busy smoking the devil's lettuce. Yeah. That's what it is. But anyway, this is going to be another fun-filled edition of Friday Night Lives, as usual. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I don't have a theme. I don't have an agenda. All I have is my ass in this seat, and we're just going to take a bunch of people's questions and see what everybody wants to talk about, I guess.
Same here.
What in the hell have you been up to, Rambo? I haven't seen a lot of stuff lately, so I know you've been streaming and shit, but I just haven't had a chance to watch anything.
For me, I've just been busy. Thanks to the people out there for requests. So just been watching a lot of movies, mostly bad, but a lot of movies. So Jeepers Creepers Reborn, I saw.
God, I'm sorry. Sorry you had to see that.
Yeah, I reviewed that. That's up. And then I guess it was Wes that told me about how the Horror Hound thing was in it, because I was so confused. And then he told me, I guess they were going to do it, but then the pandemic happened, but then they were allowed to use it, because I'm like, these are the guys ain't getting sued. Someone's dressed as Harley Quinn and Freddy Krueger. Someone's dressed up like Michael Myers, and I'm like, is that legal?
No, it's the weirdest thing too, man, because you can tell it is a convention. It's supposed to be a convention and all that, but it's the most generic looking goddamn convention ever, and doesn't make any sense.
It's like a carnival outside with people spitting flames. I'm like, is that what happens?
I've been to a lot of conventions. I've never seen that happen one time. There was even a time when they brought in a what would you call it? Like a traveling freak show kind of thing, but they didn't have a guy blowing fire or anything. I don't know what the hell convention they were using as a template for that, but it wasn't anything I've been to. I know that. But
so what did the traveling show do?
They just did stuff like lay down on beds of nails and had snakes and shit. You know what I mean? Just that kind of stuff. It wasn't anything. Wasn't anything great.
It does sound like it.
No. And I've been to a lot of shows, but never seen anything like that was in that movie. Bunch of super chats already though. Burning and Madman for Cruel Summer. Goddamn, boys.
I could bet which one you like more already. Gee,
yeah, that'll never die. I mean, this is one of those things where I think we've talked about that enough, and the whole Cruel Summer thing is mostly just for slashers that nobody really talks about.
Yeah.
Even though popcorn might be the most mainstream one we've done, really. One that's coming up. What Matt is in Skillsville with 3 kids and a flying dog. They're coming up with a strategy to get the chicken from the wind. Oh, yeah, Bobby's back.
Hey there, Bobby. Hope you're doing well. That plot's better than Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Yeah. Wait. We
I
got the
wish I had
second
a
part.
flying dog.
Meanwhile, you're up there raging, saying, "Stand still, chicken, and let me grab. Stand still." He would not let me grab him. This is ridiculous. If he falls, I'm going to have Popeye's chicken. Yeah. That's spicy chicken.
I wish there was a Popeyes here. I would go there, but sadly, there's not. You think there would be in Texas, but not around here.
Yeah, we don't have one anywhere near us either, sadly. Because
Is
KFC cornered the market, I
Do you
guess.
ever go to that KFC?
Not anymore, no. I just get burnt out on KFC after, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess probably people give you all the jokes. So you're Kentucky, but you don't KFC.
yeah.
It's like, no, you probably don't like McDonald's or somewhere more, or Burger King.
I feel like that KFC really took a nosedive sometime around the time they changed the name to KFC. It used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then they changed, and they like rebranded everything and started redoing the menu. And the last time that I ate there, last couple of times that I've eaten there, it's not very good anymore. So I don't even fuck with KFC, to be honest.
Seems like the taste has changed.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Definitely different. I miss Lee's.
I've never heard of Lee's.
Lee's Famous Recipe.
Okay.
That was it still is a chicken place some places around here, but not anywhere near where I'm at, I don't think. But anyway, like they had pretty good alternative to KFC. Popeyes is better than KFC. I completely agree with that. Somebody in the chat said.
Absolutely. I would like get the biscuits, tear apart the chicken, and make the chicken sandwich with the biscuits.
Hell yeah.
So good.
But in the chat, we've got tonight, we got the mayor. I told you, buddy. I told you. We got the mayor. We got X-Ray Punch, Fat Pig the Conqueror, Jonathan Sonko, Zach of the Dead, Siggy. That one, yeah. Alex Sanchez, Makai Harris, Adrian James, Babyface Thompson, Scratch is in here. Oh, we got Ryan, we got Justin, Alter Ego Bro, Chaz Flicks. He's 48 today.
Congrats.
Let's see here. Tape Rock Videos in here. Caleb, Red. There's a lot of people in here. All right. And then we've got Vanderhoff's in here. I know that's your favorite person.
Yeah, me and him are like fucking mortal enemies. Like,
what the hell? What's going on with you all?
It's just like, hey, you know, if he says something, I want to say something back. He said like something from some cartoon. I said, I loved you in To Catch a Predator.
Yeah. You're right about this, though, Shane. That was another big thing that they fucked up. They got rid of the potato wedges at KFC. For the longest time, that was probably the best thing that they had going there, is that they had the old-fashioned style kind of potato wedges. And now they just got nasty, old, stupid seasoned fries like everybody else has. So
that's what I didn't even know what they had because I haven't been there in years.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they changed it to. I don't know why. It's a horrible decision, but there we go.
But you know, everywhere you go, if you look at the reviews, they're always like 2 out of 5 or 1.5 out of 5 stars. You never find like a 4 or anything ever especially for KFC.
There's not going to be a no.
It's like the rule.
You never see a fucking
yeah, we have to suck.
KFC is kind of like Quality Inn. You know what I mean? It's just there, and like you can stay there if you want. Like you can eat at KFC if you want to, but I don't recommend you do it a lot.
Would KFC be more like Shout Factory, Stream Factory, or Vinegar Syndrome?
Shit.
The question of the night.
I think they would be more like Vinegar Syndrome because they used to be good, and now they suck. But I mean, yeah. Anyway, Alpha. I already have my tickets. I already bought the VIP tickets for October. The main thing I was worried about was that it was we got a vacation trip planned to Florida in October, and I was like, if it's gonna be I was afraid it was gonna be at the same time or Scarefest. But the weird thing is, it wasn't around any of them. So like, so for 3 different weekends, we're going to be doing something. We'll be going to Scarefest. We'll be going to Living Dead weekend. We'll be going to Florida. So yeah, I already got all my shit and the hotel booked and everything. It's a great show. I don't know if Wes will come. Dude, he really doesn't seem to want to do conventions much anymore. But to be honest, that's not really a mainstream convention either. I mean, it's not crowded. It's not really, what would you say, like
mainstream?
Yeah, it's not really like just, there's not a lot of people there that dress up in like outfits and costumes and like, you know, try to scare the shit out of you, or clowns, or try to do, you know, like you go to a lot of these mainstream conventions and it's just like there's a lot of that going on, versus this show is much more just about like people that really like Romero, hang out, shit like that.
If you really like Romero,
that's the weird thing. Yeah, it's a Return of the Living Dead convention. I was like, that's really odd because Romero hated Return of the Living Dead, but I guess like, yeah, the theme is Return of the Living Dead this year, I guess.
No, it's just funny. It says Home of the Dawn of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead. But hey, you know, guess you get the best of both worlds.
But that place is probably the best place to have a convention at, just because like the place itself is an attraction. You know what I mean? Like, and the vibe is great there. Any other place is just some fucking convention hall or some.
Was this here when you were there? The Evil Dead?
I got a picture of it. Yeah.
Okay. So you went in? Were you able to go in and stuff? Or
you could you could just like take pictures in front of it and stuff, but you couldn't go actually in it. But yeah, it's a it's an attraction in the Living Dead Museum. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see Mark on here. I don't know. He's trying to get on, but he can't.
He's too busy. He's too busy with Madian. Stop fucking Madian. Stop putting that poster up, Mark.
I think she must be fucking with his connection or something. She's hardwired into it. She's hardwired to self-destruct his computer.
So yeah, I'm guessing since you did the tour already, you'll just do the other stuff this time since you've done the tour at least once.
I thought about that and I was like, all right, so do I want to do the tour again? And I would honestly do that tour again because it's so amazing, but it's like, I just don't want to go through the thing of being scheduled for, 3 hours again. I just want to be able to walk around or whatever. But that tour is outstanding. Like, you got to do it at least once for sure.
Very cool.
Anyway, I could sit here and talk about that fucking convention forever, but if it means anything, Megan 2 is getting a mediocre bad reviews and most likely will struggle in the box office behind Formula 1 and 28 years later. Well, if you like Zombie Dong and Brad Pitt driving a car, I mean, you're in for a hell of a summer. What is the fucking deal, though, Rambo? Every about 3 or 4 months, well, actually, it's close to like every 6 months, they'll release some fucking race car movie. Have you noticed that? It's like, I've never liked or paid any attention to any of those movies when they came out. You remember Christian Bale did one, and then
Ford versus Ferrari. That was actually a pretty good movie.
It's weird to me though. Is there like some sort of market I'm not aware of where just like these race car movies do well?
I don't think it's as much the race car. It's they want to feel like Top Gun Maverick, where you go in and you have the experience like in that you're going with the plane and you guys see on the big screen. So in here is you're in the cockpit of the vehicle. I think it's them trying to get that feeling for the audience because they're desperate to have people go to the theater since they're doing so poorly. So I think it's some filmmakers wanting to hopefully have some kind of feeling for the audience that you could experience this on the big screen. And I mean, I like Days of Thunder back in the day.
Yeah, I did too. But that was
Really?
like, yeah.
Even you don't like Tom Cruise? I'm
Don't like
surprised.
Tom Cruise. No, but like I did like that movie back when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was fun. And like Ford vs Ferrari, I saw. I liked that one. I've heard good things about F1. It's long though. It's like 2.5 hours, so I'm a bit iffy on long movies in theaters. But I mean, if it's Fast and Furious, I'll pass. But this seems better than that. Seems like more my cup of tea. But I mean, it's funny. Yeah, I know. I mean, it does. Mel Yell is in Days of Thunder, but that's not the reason why I got it.
Right.
But
Shit.
I guess it's a staple ever since was the Steve McQueen. I mean, it wasn't the first Le Mans, and then films of that era.
Yeah.
Back to the unless you big fan of Kenny Rogers and Six Pack.
No, was not. But it's bizarre to me because like I didn't realize that's a very specific subgenre of movies was still hanging on so tightly, like and getting new releases with these mainstream stars in it. But they just keep putting those movies out.
Yeah, I think if I had to guess, it's because they're hoping that people will go see it to have an experience. Just nowadays, those movies they try to put you right in the seat and the point of view, and really try to get you as in you're part of the action. Because they really have to try to do something to get people in theaters. Because
Yeah, that's true.
what else you got? Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic World, again. I mean, no thanks to me.
You know, it's weird though because you talk about that. I was watching. I'll probably never stop talking about this movie. People are
Sure.
probably tired of hearing about it, but I was watching Sorcerer on 4K, the William Friedkin film.
Right.
I got the Criterion thing in, and I was finally watched. I watched it like 3 times in one day, and it just struck me that like the biggest thing missing from movies today is actual real life, like tension and like character development and just the ability for somebody to tell a story that could actually happen. That's not a fucking Marvel movie or some sort of superhero movie or some sort of like just out there fucking action movie, but just a real grounded movie that you could totally see happen. Probably something like that has happened, and figure out a way to tell it with tension and a good like flow. But you don't ever see movies like that anymore, really.
Yeah.
You just see a bunch of fucking shit like you were just talking about. Like they just insert scenes in there that they think people want to see because they're either nostalgia, they're from like the last movie, or they're like pandering to the comic books and shit like that. The people that it really is annoying to me. Like as somebody that's been watching movies for 40 some years now and having to see that, I'm sure that is an audience for somebody, but it's just not my thing. And watching that movie again made me like really further realize how far and things have gone. And you could say that I'm biased because, I grew up in the 80s, but that movie wasn't even fucking made in the 80s. So it's like it's just an objectively good movie. And I don't know. I just wish there were more like that now.
Mm. No, that's understandable. But I mean, you think of the directors you have, the writers you have, you look at now what they've grown up with the past 20 years. Like those are their influences, what they've experienced. Social media, TikTok, that's what they're grabbing for inspiration from. And then a good chunk of the new audience. It may sound weird, but I read a story about like they showed the original Star Wars, like the original version, and how people saw it, and they were just aghast with like, oh, this looks so clunky, and it's not so. Why is it not so digital? It's just like real people, and it's just stuff that's built. And I'm like, if that's the kind of people you have nowadays, then no wonder stuff sucks.
I feel like that's the same kind of thing about like Dawn of the Dead. People don't like Dawn of the Dead because it's too slow, quote unquote, or the zombies don't look right in it, and it's like you're really missing the fucking point. But okay, but that's the way I think a lot of modern audiences are now. Let's see. Hey, Mark, can Mark even hear us at this point? Are you ready? Okay. I was like, I don't know if I should add him or not, or shit's going to blow up.
Speak. Can you hear us, Mark? We can't hear you.
Oh, great. The audio's not.
We can't hear you.
All right. Give him a second. I'm sure he's got this. He'll work this out.
Oh, thank you, Bobby, for the super chat. I appreciate it.
I'm getting there, Bobby. I promise.
Yeah. Just Mark's got to get his shit together.
I am really interested in this, though. Angry Grandma and her grandson Jake will be at the Scare Fest. I don't know if you've seen that, Rambo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to have an interaction with her. That shit's amazing.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
The fuck happened?
Fuck, it was. I don't know. Guess as good as mine.
Shit was going crazy. It looked like
I had to spend like 10, 15 minutes fucking with this camera, and
you're fucking something, but it wasn't the camera. It was made in 2.0. I know what you got. You got your post. I know you got our poster there somewhere. I hate it upside down.
I would never spend money on it.
That's why you're late. You
bullshit, Mark.
You saw the movie.
He secretly loves that movie.
You're Pee Wee Herman in the theater.
You'll never convince me that he doesn't.
Pee Wee Herman
in the theater watching Made in 2.0.
Pee Wee Herman in the theater.
I know you were. With the Jake didn't bottle next to you.
It was in the cup holder. Yeah. So what did I miss? What's going on?
Just talking about how shitty movies have gotten now, basically.
Same old same. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm excited for I Know What You Did Last Summer because I like the first two movies, not the third one. I don't know if I would say I'm excited for it, but I'm really curious to see what that is. I'm assuming they're going to do the Scream formula, right? Like, they have to.
Yeah, definitely.
And if that's the case, yeah.
I mean, it'll just come and go. Speaking of that, do you think like nostalgia type sequels or requels or prequels or whatever for horror movies are sort of dying off? I mean, look at the box office for 28 years later. I'm pretty sure they were banking on that being a hit, but it's made some money, but it's definitely not,
that's a movie too, Mark, where I was like, I thought about going to see it and we planned to go to see it and everything, but something about that movie and just kind of the press leading up to it was so underwhelming that I was just at some point just like, I'm all right with not seeing it. Like I was like, I'll catch it later when it comes on. So they didn't really talk us into the theater, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I don't guess I heard enough good stuff about it. I heard some good things, some bad things. Heard about hanging zombie dong, and it just something about it just was not exciting. I don't know. So I haven't seen it yet and probably won't see it until it comes out on.
Well, people either said it's mediocre or the trailer misled you because it's not really what the trailer said it was.
Well, most people have either said that it's the greatest thing they've ever seen in their life or it's the worst thing it's like very polarizing film.
If they say it's the greatest thing, they're probably full of shit.
I mean, it's the start of another trilogy. That's kind of the thing too, is like the endings of that movie's not really the end. So
That no one asked for.
Isn't everything too nowadays the start of a new goddamn trilogy?
Seems like it, yeah.
Halloween, Exorcist.
Yeah.
Did they watch like that Jim Carrey movie, the number, what was it, the number 23?
23.
And everything has to be done in threes now? Like,
Yep.
Jesus Christ, dude. Even shit that nobody wants to see, they're doing like 3 of them. Like that damn Strangers movies. They've got to do 3 of those.
That's right. The chapter 2 is coming out pretty soon. Forgot about that.
I didn't even see the first one, so.
Well, you saw the first Strangers, didn't you?
Back to the day, yeah.
Okay, it's that, but shittier.
Well, I guess I did see it then.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen the better version, which is SAG, because that's not even that good.
No.
Bobby says that's one of many reasons that I stick with you guys. You guys do notice fans absent and wonder. Some YouTuber be like, they didn't get noticed, they're absent. Means if something really bad happens to me, you will wonder.
Oh,
Yes.
just the other day, like I hadn't seen him in a while, so I just checked in and say, hey, hope everything's going well. And thankfully it's going well. So that's just try to be, everybody here, everybody out there was so busy with lives. It's hard to talk to everybody and everything, but once in a while, try to pop in and say, hey, hope everything's going okay. So I'm glad you're doing well, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, trust me when I tell you, I would definitely notice that you were missing. If we did not have those, I would definitely notice that. Movies today are missing that sense of, they are. That's what I was talking about. Like a sense of like something grounded in some sort of human experience that we can all kind of get behind. Because that movie, Sorcerer, is based on the idea of fate. It's a universal theme in that movie that everybody can get behind. You just don't have a lot of movies that are doing that shit now. You got a lot of like just throwing shit at the screen and seeing if it'll stick. The perfect example of that to me is that damn Minecraft movie. I've never seen a movie that so just desperately threw so much eye candy and bullshit at a screen, and just for people with 3 seconds of attention.
Did you see that, Mark?
I saw enough of it. I'll never go back to that.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to judge. I'm pretty cynical. People know that. I didn't like Sinners. I didn't like Final Destination Bloodlines because I saw that, reviewed that. Fuck that movie. Bullshit. So, but you know me. I hate everything. Fuck all.
True.
Very true.
Son of a bitch. How was the transfer of Sorcerer? I heard it's not that good. Well, I don't know who the fuck says it's not that good, but like the only thing I can compare it to is I've got the Blu-ray, and I think it's an import Blu-ray, and it whips the dog shit out of that. I mean, I don't know that many fucking Criterion 4K transfers that are not that good. To me, it was an insane step up from the Blu-ray to the point where I was like, this is crazy. The only exception to that was there were some scenes in it, especially the scenes where they're on the bridge and the rain and things like that, that I feel like maybe the film itself got damaged and they couldn't remaster it to the point that they wanted to, because some of those scenes are a little bit shoddy, but like all the other stuff is crazy in detail. And the sound too, man. There's another thing I noticed, like you've never really seen that film until you hear that sound mix that they've got on that disc. It's because there's a lot of big sound design in that movie with the trucks and the explosions and things like that really only comes across in that 4K.
That's cool. Yeah, Criterion's, all the 4Ks that I have are all good. I haven't seen any bad ones. I could probably say the same for a lot of the Blu-rays that they have. pretty much all of those are good.
How was
Yeah.
Armageddon?
Like that a fucking Criterion?
It was.
They did, yeah.
Who decided that?
You look it
Michael
up.
Bay.
Armageddon has Dark
I know.
Criterion.
I mean, I believe you, but like, who was on a panel that was like, you know what, we need to put on this Criterion is Armageddon. Like you need
I
to put
forgot
Deep
about
Impact
that
too.
until he mentioned it.
Oh, put fucking Volcano in there is where you're at
I'd buy it.
it.
I'd buy
Where's
Volcano.
Where's the dangerous movies these days? Not in the theater, I'll tell you that.
Right.
There's some around, but they're definitely not in the theater.
What was that thing that was on the Discord? Like Martin, some 3.5 hour cut found.
So
I love your response. I can't wait till that guy dies.
I really, man, I'm sorry, but like
Rubenstein?
if there's
I thought it was
ever
funny.
if there's ever one dude that I'd be like, if he were to pass away, that it would like help so many things. Like it would be that guy. I'm sorry. Like I don't really want to see anybody die, but like let's just say if nature took its course, I'd be all right. But so this is about a year or two ago, right around the time that Second Sight release came out, right, of Martin. And somebody found the extended cut of the movie in like a person's house, like a farmhouse or something like that. It had been there for 40 years. And apparently Romero had left it there. And that person had just like kept it there for that period of time. I don't know why he didn't tell anybody. I don't know what the actual situation was with that, but it came out and they've been looking for it forever and finally found it. Well, at that time they were like, somebody bought it, but they wouldn't say who bought it or anything like that. But it leaked pretty quickly after that story that it was Nicotero that bought it. And he donated it to either the Gar Foundation or some sort of cinema archive. I don't know. Something
it's like an
that.
archive, like something to like, preserve the film itself.
Right. And so they got that cut. And the problem is, this is the cut that everybody's always wanted to see that movie because Romero said that that's the cut to watch. Like that's his version of the film that he wanted
The black and white thing
to see. Yeah.
But that asshole has it. Who should die?
But here's the problem. He doesn't own the rights to it. Nicotero bought that to print. What he does have is somehow or another he's got the copyright to the title of Martin and probably to anything that has to do with releasing that movie, right? So you can, and we don't know this for certain, but I know from hearing all these different stories about people dealing with him that have tried to put those movies out, like Dawn of the Dead and Martin, that his demand list allegedly is insane. Like the shit that he wants you to do and give him and all this stuff to put these movies out is crazy. So people usually just give up. That's why Dawn of the Dead hasn't been released in the United States in fucking how long? Like 20, 30 years or something like that. Like something crazy. And I'm almost positive that that version of Martin will be the same way. Like he'll want either like their firstborn children or they want him to put it out in fucking 3D in a movie theater like he did before. Right. That something's going to come out of that. We got a special guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, all the way hailing from the city of Radleyville, USA. The man himself.
I don't want to be raining on your parade, so if you guys have business to take care of, I'll just kind of hang in the back.
But you got the same bullshit we do every time.
No, we're just talking about how we're going to assassinate Richard Rubenstein.
Oh, Jesus,
don't say that shit. Listen, Liver King just fucking got arrested for this shit, Rambo. We're not assassinating anybody.
What was the story behind that? Why is he so pissed off?
He got shot. I mean, no.
They said they found like I saw a news article and they're like he was found with 2 golden guns. I'm like fucking GoldenEye. Like what's going on here?
Oh, you talking
What
about Liver
happened?
King?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Why is he
something,
mad?
okay, something happened to this dude. I don't know, like you being,
I know who he is. I know
Yeah.
his story, and I know he got in trouble there. Everybody called him out because they found out he was doing steroids, all this other shit. But I saw his mugshot. The guy looked like he's aged like 30 years in the last 2
so
years.
that's
What
what
the hell's
I
happened
was.
to this guy?
That's what I was going to ask you, because like there's a
Black-
bunch of different theories about this, right? And the videos that he did, like right before he got arrested, threatening Joe Rogan's life and all this stuff, you can clearly see he's got one pupil that's dilated completely and one pupil that's constricted almost entirely to like a pinpoint. And people online were saying like that's the sign of like a stroke or like a neurological condition or something like that.
Or meth head.
But he also looks like, to me, he's on, just seeing people that have been on meth before, he looks like he's on meth. So I'm thinking maybe he's using so much steroids and maybe some other type of drug.
I mean,
that
I think it's probably a little combination of everything. I think it's one of those things that if this dude snapped, it's probably because he was on the top of the world and then got found out to be some kind of fraud. And I mean, who knows what the hell that does to somebody, right? When you're like,
Right.
well,
if this dude's losing money because he's not credible anymore. I mean, this dude must have snapped and thought maybe he still had enough following that no matter what he did or said, like people would still follow along. He's probably doing drugs. I mean, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
This guy eats like fucking nut sacks and shit. There could be anything going on with this dude.
That's why
like,
I'm saying it could be like parasite, anything in the world. Like he's eating like fucking raw,
like bull nuts,
livers and
fucking. Yeah, did you see the documentary where he kills a bull in the middle of the grass and just starts eating its nuts?
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
He's like telling his son, "Eat this ball sack."
That poor kid, like you imagine.
So I mean, this guy could have anything, really. But why is he? My biggest issue is it's like unless this guy just lays out in the sun every day, he looked old. Like he looked like he's aged.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the drugs. That's probably a combination.
It's gotta
of
be
steroids and whatever else he's used. Oh, what is it?
Let's go back to the nutsack thing.
Yeah.
he ate a nutsack.
Yeah, so like
he ate them all the time.
Where he wanted to prove that like he really was like, this caveman type of lifestyle. So there was a bull like in a field, like, and I don't know if that bull just like
all the time.
So they killed it, straight up killed it, like hunted it, and then they went over and like gutted it and all this stuff, and he cut its balls off and was just like eating it like right out in the grass. Like raw, and then he's like giving it to his son to like take a bite, and his son's like, "Oh, I thought it would be more chewy or something," And I was like, "The hell!" Like he was trying to prove that like he really just eats like this.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of the people that eat nuts. They call it porn, but they don't call them cavemen.
His channel was mostly that shit, like him eating like raw, like different organs and things like that.
That was his whole gimmick. Yeah.
So. I feel like that should have been a kind of a warning sign to all of us to begin with, but like he's definitely deteriorated since that point now. I mean, the last 4 or 5 videos he made were like shit that like I used to work with, like when I was, working with people with like schizophrenia, bipolar, like it's real clear he's psychotic.
I think it was just the fall from grace, probably just, I mean, dude, here's the thing. And again, everybody's mindset, I'm sure, is very different, but like, and you wonder why kids are the way they are, but like we're grown adults and we do this shit for fun. Right. And of course we want to see, channel growth. Of course we want more people to check us out. This is all just natural. But like, I mean, you look at it, all of a sudden, if you posted a video and you're like, oh, it's got 3,000 views, that people liked what we talked about. And then you post another video and you're like 100 views. What the hell did we do wrong? Like the mindset is there, right? All the time for people. Imagine this guy basically was called a fraud, lost everything, money. I mean, who knows what that does to somebody, right? He's like falling from grace and becoming, he could easily have a breakdown. And someone said it right here, influencer culture is the end of humanity. Dude, you imagine being a teenager and you posting a picture of yourself and getting like 1 like. What that must do to you, right? Wondering why did I only get 1 like and my friend got 100 like? Like that can fuck a kid up at that age, I think.
Yeah,
I wonder why kids are so miserable all the time.
But here's the weird part about that story to me, though. Like, he just had a Netflix special out. Like, I almost would think that, like, if he was gonna like just completely decline, basically, it would have been like right the year or so after that shit all went to hell. But then here recently, he just had that come out like a couple months ago, that Netflix special. I don't know. Just it doesn't make sense to me. Like it almost seemed like he was getting like back or trying to get back some credibility by doing that. I don't know if maybe it didn't work and people were just like shitting all over him again, but like from that point, it seemed like everything went downhill. Like when that Netflix special aired a couple months ago, that's when all that stuff really started, was right after that. Which,
well, did you know what did Joe Rogan do? Because they were friendly
apparently
at one point, so I don't know what he did to kind of
he didn't do
off.
The only thing that I can gather from watching all this crap online is the only thing he did was he would never have him on the show. And he told him that too, basically, which is like, he said something to the effect of like, I'm never going to have you on here. Like, you got caught running a con. I know you feel bad about it, but that's what happens when you get caught. Like, I'm not going to have you come on here and just promote, like basically do what Netflix did. Just promote your side of the story that you know, didn't do anything wrong and all this shit.
And in some aspect, you know what, you got to hand it to Joe Rogan for saying that, because anybody in the world would be like, oh, this guy's famous, let's bring him on. He actually stood his ground and be like, nah, because I can't promote a phony, right? Like I can't. It's just not me. Right. So I mean, you got to give Joe Rogan some credit when it comes to that. And he just obviously didn't take it.
I can't promote a nut eater.
I will not promote.
Did he do that on the Netflix special? Eating the nuts?
Yeah, so you can watch that. Yeah. So like,
nah,
and then
not
like,
watching.
The thing was,
you can watch Rambo. Check it out.
Not watching.
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna someone pay Rambo to watch it.
That's the next review.
Watch it.
So like he got super jacked, and he was like, it's from eating all the organs, and then come to find out he was on like super duper steroids.
$11,000 worth of steroids a month. He was buying.
That's a lot.
And he was promoting his products as why he was so jacked.
Yeah.
So that was the fraud.
Mm-hmm. How do you even?
I'm nuts for nuts.
How do you even spend 11,000? Like just.
Yeah, the guy was making money, man, tons through his products, through social media. And I guess if you've got $11,000 a month to spend on steroids, you got a little bit too much money.
Are steroids that expensive? Would you know, Garrett?
I wish I knew that answer.
I don't. How about you, Mark?
I have no idea.
You should give him
not in the steroid business.
They don't have steroids when you go to the black market and buy the other stuff. There's no like steroid section that you walk by or anything.
We know that's what you get from Germany, Mark.
Mark, I'm actually very jealous of that water tube you have back there. I was thinking about getting one of those in here, but I was so afraid if it leaked, it would like ruin all my stuff. But that reminds me of the brain scan room. That's why.
That's exactly why I got it.
Hell yeah, man!
You read my mind. I mean, I know you're a big fan of it too, but yeah, I wanted a really, really big one, but a lot of the taller ones that I've seen had a lot of problems, and everybody's saying like, "Oh, get this one; it's a lot safer bet." But I haven't had any leaks with it. It actually was pretty cheap. You could get them on Amazon. You just type in like water tube with lights or something like that.
I've been looking at them for a while, but that was my biggest fear. I'm like, if it leaked and it ruined a lot of my stuff, I'd regret it. But it's super rad, man. I love that thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got to use. I mean, it's got a remote and everything right here, like a lot of this stuff does now, where you just hit whatever color and then you could just change it to whatever you want. You use like distilled water in it, and yeah, it'll hold it for as long as you want. I mean,
love it.
Cool.
Up next, Mark's gonna buy a live active volcano and behind him over there. Son of a bitch, every time there's something new in that room. God, literally that really is though one of the funniest, saddest stories.
But then like I said in the article that I read, it said he was found carrying 2 golden guns. Like,
yeah, he
is that a gun? Is that a specific kind? Like, what is that? Just what does that mean?
Well, the ones that he had,
that's the only thing I can think of is GoldenEye, the game.
Yeah, the ones that he had in the Netflix special, because he showed like some of those were like Desert Eagles, like gold Desert Eagles, which I'm assuming that's what that is, or he may have had like AKs or something. Yeah, fucking not really.
Like, such a baller, dude.
Shoot gold.
No, but I'm saying like, but I mean,
movie had that. Yeah, the 2.
Yeah, like what a baller to have a gold gun though. You know, like
Yeah, man.
I just love the fact that he challenged Joe Rogan too. And the funny thing about that is that that's a legitimate, like, he's legitimately a kickboxer, and he's got like a pretty good record from what I understand. He's like got 5 different like black belts, and that guy has no fighting experience whatsoever that I know of, other than just being crazier than hell.
Fights
So that would be
bulls and
fun.
stuff.
Other than just biting nuts. He's got, if he gets you down, that's going to be a bad day for you.
Imagine
though.
like a new story. He ate Joe Rogan.
It's gonna be, if he's like, yeah, if he knocks you over, you're really in trouble. This is another one too. What the fuck happened with this, Garrett?
I feel bad. Well, no, I don't. I do, but I don't. Did you watch the video of her like chewing him out?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, he was just standing there like, I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I personally think this was more like he was playing and he just bit too hard, I guess. But like, I really don't think there was like ill intent with this. I don't think.
Yeah, but do you bite people? You wrestle? Like,
no, but I mean, I don't know what their relationship was. I mean, I don't know if they like. I didn't, like if she put her arm like this and he was like, trying to be funny and he just happened to like gnaw down. I mean, I don't think this dude's like a freaking zombie, but I mean, I just think it was a little bit, it shouldn't have happened, but I don't know. Like seeing her screaming at him and him standing there like a 5-year-old little kid, that was
that's
like,
what it looked like. Yeah.
It was sad. Bit anyone. Have you ever bit anyone?
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. As many different times as I've been to conventions and actually been a vendor at conventions, and as many different times as like, anybody's ever come up to us, I've never had the urge to bite anybody like whatsoever. Nobody's ever put their arm around me, and I was like, ah.
But then she was like, she's like, look at my arm, and like, I mean, again, the camera was kind of weird. I didn't see a bite mark really,
yeah,
so
there was nothing on her arm. I'm sure he did that. See, that's the problem today, right? Because you don't really know. Is she one of those people that would just be super dramatic about something like that, or is he just crazy as hell?
There was a video that came out of her recording them like on the bus before they went to the thing, saying like, we're coming, we're one big happy family. And she was like, Martin, what do you think? And they were just, everybody was having a fun time. And Martin was talking to the camera. Like everybody was happy go lucky. Like, and that was like earlier that day. Yeah. So unless it was like, just acting for the camera and then she doesn't really like him that much. I don't know. I just don't think this was done with any like, being malicious or anything. I just think it was probably just playful, weird thing to do gone wrong. I mean, really.
It's a weird thing. It's not in his character. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing about that character or their relationship in that Cobra series or anything. Start biting somebody. That's so odd.
Well, he strikes first, dude.
Yeah, definitely no mercy. He was just like, what the fuck, Mark? Mark, how was your trip to Saudi Arabia? What?
That's where he got that like water thing.
Oh my god! I mean, I'd actually like to go one day, but I've never been. It's beautiful.
He wants to watch wrestling.
He wants to die, I guess.
Oh my god! The most fucking negative thing.
He wants to die again.
He gets off the plane. They're like waiting for him. There he is.
If you want to die.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not the first to ever think of that.
That's not what I was thinking about.
It's just the way you say it. That was fucking hilarious.
Someone asked Mark at the airport, like, "Oh, what are you going there for?" Die.
I just want to die, I guess.
Idi Amin and blows him up.
I'll tell you who's not going there, but is actually now definitely going there is CM Punk.
Yeah.
He apologized today to the people of Saudi. Did you see that?
Fucking
I'm sure.
What a pussy.
Then he pushed the little kid away.
That I saw that video. I was like, dude, I really don't like this guy. Like, really.
I've seen it slowed down. He actually didn't. It was the security guy that pulled him away. That moved the kid.
Oh, it was? Oh.
Yeah, they slowed it down.
Oh man, like he just kind of
later on he went back and like gave the autograph and like took a picture with the kid, and it was the security guy.
Sure, he did after they told him how much of a cunt he looked like on camera.
Yeah.
Go back.
Go back now.
Remember they made Warrior do his apology? It's the same
That's
thing.
right. That's right.
What am I doing this for?
Let's see. Listen, where are you at with this movie, Garrett? Because I know where these two assholes are at with it.
Well, I was going to ask you guys the same thing because I saw the
Are you
thumbnail and I
seeing
assumed
Megan
that
2
any
in the theaters?
Me?
Asshole.
No, that's what I assumed.
Uncle Bill.
I didn't know you called me an asshole. I'm gonna
You
call
called
you-
us an
I was
asshole
curious
first.
if anybody's
Goddamn.
seen it. I literally
You're like
haven't.
these two assholes hate Megan.
I haven't looked at a review. I don't know anything about this except for that trailer, and that trailer looked like ass. So
You did.
my
There you go.
excitement to see this movie is a 0, but I will check it when it comes out. Maybe I'll probably buy it on physical because that's just what I do. But I think the trailer made a movie that I really liked, look really shitty. Like, I don't like where this is going, and I know they're like Terminator 2, but it's like more like Marvel now, and I just really can't get really into it. I don't know what you guys think. Did anybody see it?
Oh, yeah, we watched
Yeah.
the trailer. You mean the movie or
No,
the
not
trailer?
the trailer, the movie.
No, I haven't seen
no.
it yet. I
okay.
probably that'll be another one I'll probably catch when it comes on streaming or whatever. Because I was talking about 28 Years Later. And that's one that I'm not going to see in the theater.
Same. I'm not.
I just
interested
don't. Yeah, I just don't give a shit. Like they didn't really do a great job of hyping that movie up or getting anybody interested, in my opinion.
But have you guys seen anything on 28 Days? I haven't watched reviews, but people keep talking about like big schlongs in it or something. Is that
Yeah,
what this whole
they're
thing's
hanging
about?
dong in it.
Oh,
full
who is?
dong.
Like just
the
just
zombie.
The
There's
zombies?
there's
Zombie.
either one zombie or a couple zombies are hanging dongies. There's dongies in it.
So that's the gimmick of this movie, to try to shock everybody by just like zombie wieners everywhere?
That's exactly what I was thinking. There's no other reason to make that fucking decision other than just to be like controversial.
Get people talking. Yeah.
Get people talking about it.
28 dawns later.
28 dogs later.
28 wangs later.
Oh, here we go. Bobby's got something for us.
Bobby.
For my uncle Bill and Mr. Rad. Would you think the seasons of Punky Brewster's season felt different? Like the first 2 is more like Pippi Longstocking, 3 and 4 is Full House, and 2021 is the sitcom of today.
Like the
I
old
loved
versus the
Punky
new.
Brewster, but I don't remember it that well to know how it was changed. I remember the show and bits and pieces of it. Obviously as she got older, they had to kind of change some things, right? But I just remember parts. I remember when she had the fake boobs or whatever, and then she had the refrigerator one. There was like a little race car one. I mean, there was.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it recently to remember how it changes it up.
Garrett, were you a Full House guy?
I was, but I mean, like, I didn't like it enough to like. I don't own it at all. So I mean, I liked it. I used to watch it on like at like dinner time growing up, but I mean, I never
more
was
family
obsessed
matters.
with it. Yeah.
This is
Why did you like it?
It was there because we only had 3 channels.
Oh,
So
This is an important question though. So like 80s sitcoms, right?
mm-hmm.
okay.
I mean, if you had to pick top 3, what would you say? And there's a ton of 80s sitcoms. That was like the fucking.
Oh man.
And I'm talking about. Okay, I'll run through some just to like
throw
refresh.
some out there.
Yeah. So you have the
Sure.
Cosby Show. That didn't.
Oh
age well.
yeah.
Not a fan.
Cheers, Family Ties, The Golden Girls, Who's the Boss, Full
Cheers
House,
for sure for me.
Growing Pains, Perfect Strangers, Different Strokes, Facts of Life, Webster, Silver Spoons, Alf, Different Worlds, Saved by the Bell, Night Court. That's one of my favorites. I'd put that one in there. Newhart, Mr. Belvedere. That's another one of my favorites for some odd fucking reason. Head of the Class, 227, Mama's Family. Jesus, I forgot about that one. Punky Brewster, My Two Dads. The list goes on and on and on.
It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of those I watched, but I think I haven't watched those in so long that it's hard for me to know. Like, I mean, I watched Mr. Belvedere. I think I told this story. I don't know why this is, but Mr. Belvedere, remember the oldest son in it?
Yes. Yeah.
For some fucking weird reason, in my head, at some point in my life, I thought that was Texas. I thought that was Kerry Von Erich, dude. Why?
What?
Why? I have no idea. But I remember when I saw the show, I was like, "Oh, that's Texas Tornado younger."
It does kind of look like
no, like
one
I
of the
don't
Von
think I've
Erichs.
seen it in like I don't think I've seen what that kid looks like since I was a kid. But for some reason, I always thought that was him before he came a wrestler.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I really don't even remember what he looks like. But I remember as a kid, I used to think it was him.
Hold on 1 second.
I would have never put that together.
I've got a picture of him, and I'll be damned if he does not look like he's right out of the Von Erich family.
Does he really?
On here.
So I wasn't just completely out of my mind then.
No, look at
young
this.
Boy.
I'm pretty sure this is the kid that you're talking about. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I can bring this up. It's kind of crazy.
He didn't die, though, right?
Here he is.
But that's not what he looked like in the show, though, was it? No, that's like old. Look at him as he's young.
That's what I'm saying, though. He looks like he's one of the Von Erichs there, really.
Is this guy alive?
I hope so. He should be that fucking old.
Oh,
Well,
Rob Stone is his name.
he's not
That's
one of
actually
Von
a
Erichs.
wrestling manager right now, Robert Stone.
He can't be one of Von Erichs then.
Oh, if he's still around, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Let's see.
God.
To be honest, I haven't seen most of those shows. I didn't grow up with them, sadly. Except Elf.
Rob Stone.
Jesus
Well,
Christ, these ads are annoying.
Never saw Belvedere.
Okay, so this was the daughter, and then this Wesley was the young kid, right?
It had to have been Rob Stone. I just don't remember what he looked
Yeah, it
like
had to be him.
when he was on the show.
There's got to be pictures of him on here. Hold on. Let's just
Right
look
there.
at
What
this
are those
shit.
ones?
Isn't that him right there?
There's Von Erich right there. This is Robert.
I still think he looks more like him now. Honestly,
I don't know, dude. I don't know why I used to think that, but I used to think it was
Bob Uecker, everybody. That was, I don't know. I love that show. Don't know why. It's a ridiculous show, but I dug it.
Those shows back then. I've gone back and watched, like, I tried watching Growing Pains again, which was actually a pretty cool show, but like, dude, it's some of that shit, most of that shit would not fly now. Like, it was pretty, like, Growing Pains, especially very, very racial.
Really?
Pains was. Oh my God. Yes.
That's one
It's
I haven't
weird.
probably.
It went over
Like-
my head. I don't even remember.
Like, it
so?
did to me too. Like, but it was more like there was there's one thing, he was having a party and like he was trying to get the party to stop because like he knew he was going to be in trouble, but he didn't want to tell the kids they had to leave. So he went upstairs and called the police, pretending he was like a neighbor, a disgruntled neighbor, calling on himself basically. But he put on like a Indian accent to like tell the police that like,
Oh God.
it was a party and it was awful. And then he got a job at like a convenience store and his boss was like an Indian guy and he like showed up with like the red dot on his head to try to like win the guy over or whatever. Like,
Jesus, I don't remember any of this
swear to
shit.
God, I was like watching, I was like, dude, this show's brutal. Like, some of this
Yeah.
shit.
Well, that's just Kirk Cameron. That's how he normally is.
Kirk
Yeah.
Cameron, it was him the whole time. Michael Seaver.
You
He's
remember
a
that story
weird
about
guy.
him though getting the chick fired off there because she was in Playboy or something like that?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
God, man,
He
was a
should have been
douche.
fired because he sucks.
Yeah,
He was a pimp
epic
daddy
douche.
back then, but he kind of got a little weird, huh?
Yeah,
He's a
there's not very many 80s sitcoms that hold up anymore, really. I think probably Cheers is one.
Yeah, Cheers. is
You mentioned
probably
that one, Mark.
One of my favorites for sure. Yeah.
Hill Street
Love that one.
Blues. I think that holds up to this day. That's kind of the precursor to.
that's a
like-
sitcom. I thought you said sitcoms.
Well, it's not a sitcom. You're right,
I
but
was
it's,
gonna
I guess 80s TV show.
That's a pretty wild sitcom.
Yeah.
Look at that guy got shot. Look at that.
I love
Um,
Roseanne. Would you count Roseanne? Or was
Roseanne?
That the 90s?
I think
That
Roseanne
started in the 80s.
That's one of my favorites for sure.
That's definitely one. And then they did all the shit that they did with that now, which is ridiculous.
Right.
You didn't watch The Connors?
The whole drama around that, just the idea of that show having that much drama, I kind of was just like, I'm just tuning out. Like, I don't
Oh no,
Yeah.
here comes fucking Gummy McGee.
Oh, fuck. He don't even know he's on here. He won't remember a damn bit of this, so get ready.
Man, oh, y'all quit talking about me. I'm supposed to be your boy.
And how
What's
you
up,
feel about
homeboy?
how you feel about Kirk Cameron?
Yeah, that's what we want.
I don't feel any way about him.
I want to get a
proud
Kirk
of
Cameron
him.
poster, and I'll hang
That's
it
how
up right
most
here
people
next
feel.
time we go on the thing.
So, all right, this is the question for you though.
Where's your buddies?
What the
dude?
fuck did you do?
What
Get
It's
out of
alright.
here now.
Listen, don't come in here fucking with shit.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. That way everybody's bigger on the screen there.
Fucking just got rid of everybody.
You just boots.
How about
There
that?
we go. Just take people out. Fuck Mark. He's late all the time anyway.
That Mark is black. I
Which
see how
one?
it is.
That's fucking crazy.
I knew that was coming.
I knew it.
I can't.
I didn't know Mark was black. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yes, CK's colorblind. You know that.
Yeah.
That was like then Shawn Michaels decided who he wanted to kick out of the NWO. Remember that whole
Dude, my
thing where it's
fucking
like,
my fucking driver's license, right? So
I can't wait till this is going on.
this is hilarious. Like the driver's license now, they're regressing with the quality of the fucking driver's license in Kentucky. Now they're back to black and white like they were in like 1955 or whatever, right? My driver's license, I shit you not, I look like a fucking
what do you look like Suge Knight or something?
no,
What do you look-
no, I look like I'm Arabic. I need like seriously, like I look like a pissed off like
Saudi Arabia. There you go.
Arabian dude.
Saudi Arabia.
The Arabian assassin.
Yeah, because like I got it in the summertime and I was kind of a little tan anyway, but yeah, totally. The beard in black and white looks way thicker and darker. So
We're safe then.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
you
we
remember when
transition.
Shawn Michaels decided who he was going to kick out of the NWO? That was,
Kentuckian, not Arabian.
Yeah. All right. So now that you're here, pick one of these shows. 80 sitcoms. We got a whole bunch of different ones.
Well, my favorite show out of those. Oh, what is those included too?
Yeah, just any 80 sitcom. I'm just giving you like some examples of shit that were.
I was a big Family Ties guy, man. Like that was one of my big favorites when I was a kid, and then I rewatched it again. Like I almost like had a celebration whenever Nick at Night was it TBS or Nick at Night or one of those companies got the first run of reruns on Family Ties or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, because that was a big deal.
I think that was Nick at Night. I remember
Maybe.
watching that on that.
Yeah, because like they would air them in order, which I thought was awesome, and I watched like every episode again in order. But I'm not big on TV shows. I don't watch a lot of even the old TV shows. I didn't get into many of them. Different.
let me ask you
Strokes,
this:
pretty
Did
good.
you? I haven't watched Family Ties since I was a kid, but I remember everybody saying, because I used to love it too, that it was actually like a really political show. Like I didn't really understand any of that before. Did you find that it was when you watched it again?
Not
I think the
really.
only thing.
They tried to have like a message, I guess, like in some of the episodes, right? Because they had
Yeah, well,
didn't
his whole thing was that he was a giant conservative Republican. Like that was his whole gimmick, Michael J. Fox. I guess that's where the political thing was.
I
but
guess,
they were
yeah.
almost making fun of Republicans too, like stereotypical like things.
And
that
it wasn't-
Republicans-
Wasn't his dad like a giant hippie or something? Wasn't that the contrast? Like Michael Gross was like hippie. There was something there to where like,
Was
they
it?
were hippies and he was the weird, like
Yeah,
he was
like
the
both
weird
the
one
parents,
because
right. Both
yeah.
the parents were hippies.
Wasn't Meredith Baxter Burney's brother on the show was an alcoholic? Wasn't that Tom Hanks?
Shit, I don't
I don't
remember
know.
that.
I don't remember that either.
I think it was.
I mean, that would make sense. He
That's
wasn't
what-
doing a whole lot around that
Yeah,
time.
he says right here, Zombie Daddy said Uncle Tom Hanks hitting Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, because he was drunk or whatever. Right? Yeah.
Hit him.
I told you, motherfuckers, boys.
That's
These
that's
gummies
a
can
reel right
unlock things in the brain.
He's
that
in
you
the
don't-
stratosphere.
you don't think about.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
Chunk.
Raging alcoholic.
Look this one up. Look this one up. Chunk, Jeff Cohen was in an episode of Family Ties, and he had one of those. Do you remember those hats that you could put on, and there were strings that they would have a hand and it
Yeah.
would clap. Yeah, that was on an episode of Family Ties too.
He's on these.
That's
wild
such a
gummies, huh?
random. Yeah. How the fuck do you remember that?
Because that was the only other thing that I'd ever seen Chunk on, and I marked out when I was like, "Oh shit, it's Chunk!" Right?
That's true. He's not really, didn't really do a whole lot.
What are you doing tonight, Mark?
That hat.
Why?
Oh God,
call-
yeah.
Why are you calling him that? Because it's like wrestling. What are you doing down there, you Mark?
I'm talking to Mark because he's being quiet down there. We've got to get him as part of the conversation, man.
Just
Came from
listening
Saudi
to
Arabia.
the Family Ties memories. That's
Mark,
all.
you know what you need back there? I would take down
Yeah.
the ghost. Like, I still like the original Scream movies, but I think everybody's sick of Scream. You're sick of Scream, right? So fucking take Ghostface down back there and get one of those full size. And I know you can afford it, motherfucker. One of them real dolls, naked, and have him. You remember?
Megan.
What the hell is going on? What are these
A
gummies?
sex
on?
doll.
Yeah, that's a lot more interesting to look at. A full size real doll with.
Yeah, that'd
big-
be good, Mark.
big-
Listen, get us the whole fucking show banned for us real quick.
No,
Put a
he could
sex
get-
doll in the corner.
He could get some of those Severin Films nipple covers. Put
Basically,
God.
you're good.
he's gonna tell you to get the little the life-size Megan doll and put it back.
That's so random. I thought you were gonna say like replace it with Leatherface or something.
That's what I thought he was
No.
gonna say too.
Fucking
A
sex,
sex
doll.
doll instead.
Why not?
You'd get him from
Okay.
Germany. I know you can, Mark.
I could, but I won't.
What if there's a movie in it?
On it.
What if
It's
there's
a porn in it.
sure. Steelbook?
What are you doing, Caleb?
What is going on?
He's just calling out random people. What the fuck?
He's looking up in the sky.
Well, whatever. I'm good. I'm looking.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Who the
Seeing
hell's
where all we're
Caleb?
streaming tonight.
you go and start
Oh,
threatening Joe Rogan here in a minute.
What is he doing? He's like a bug. He's seeing these like hallucinating.
Y'all quit making fun of me. What the hell?
He's looking down the road of
I'm all right.
Is
I'm
my
all
cat up
right.
there on the ceiling? What the hell's going on here?
Bulls.
Rest in peace, Sabu.
He's just saying anything. Now.
Ah. Okay. Got a super chat. Well, this will definitely redirect the conversation. The new
Sure.
Final Destination was a real endurance test for me.
What does that mean?
What redeeming qualities does that piece of shit have?
I didn't see it.
Oh,
It-
it was fine. It's just like every
Yeah.
other Final
Yeah,
Destination.
you've
movie
seen
was.
one, you've seen them all. Like I wouldn't say there's any redeeming qualities.
Pull that guy's message up there again. Hopium.
Okay.
Isn't that the same guy that was like, "You gonna eat your cornbread"?
Is it?
I think
might
it
be.
I
is.
never noticed that before.
Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah. Yep.
There is an AI version of me. I've seen it. Somebody posted a AI image of me and Uncle Bill making out on fucking.
That was one of the more disturbing things.
I'm like,
I've ever
boys,
seen.
Yeah,
it's
I
getting
saw
a little out of hand now. I mean, Jesus
At least
Christ.
I didn't bite your arm or something, though.
Yeah, or something else. They'll come out with that next.
Well, I mean,
Speaking
talking
of
about
that-
the Liver King.
For all you fans of WWE women's wrestlers, there's an AI page on Instagram that has
Oh my-
all sorts of the
oh,
women
no.
making out and doing all sorts of shit.
No.
Should not fly according to the
is-
guidelines of
This shit
Instagram.
is getting insane, dude.
See, this is why Wes thought you
Yes.
were going to buy a sex doll, because that's the first thing you pop up.
Yeah,
Mark, is
Mark, you
women
dirty
making
minded
out with
fucker.
AI.
Is there Rhea Ripley videos, by the way?
So you wonder why Wes is like,
I'm
when are you
sure-
going to get your sex doll, Mark?
I'm sure there is. I think the one I saw was Liv Morgan and
Oh.
is it Raquel Rodriguez? I think, but there's a
That
bunch
was
of
like
them.
when we were when we
Raquel
were young and-
Rodriguez would be okay if she would like. They need to get her some fake boobies. Bad.
They need to get her for her. Like,
Or, well, whoever.
they call her in, like, all right, we got a new thing.
Well,
for
they
you."
get them for everybody,
mean-
right? Everybody else has them.
They get them like birthday
That-
gifts and stuff.
Poor Raquel's got the chest of an 8-year-old boy. She needs them bad.
God,
It's true. Victor Salvo, man, you'd enjoy the hell out of that kind
I
of
want
chance.
to thank everybody for joining us for the last edition of Friday Night Live. Fuck. Let everybody on. Bobby's got a super chat though. Why not right now? What if you got what if you got a weapon called meta hacking gauntlets? Your defeating villain lines would be Medusa, like you said, the old RoboCop remake rant, and drink mellow yellow.
This is gonna put CK over the edge. He doesn't know what's happening.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat over here, man. I don't look, honestly, I understand Bobby's stuff way more when I'm high than when I'm not.
Yeah.
It actually makes a little bit more sense.
Right now, that's completely
Mendoza.
Bobby.
Bobby's way too smart for all of us is the problem. Like we don't
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby's referencing when I did a review, it was a Simpsons reference. So thank you, Bobby. Mendoza.
Gotta get everybody's thoughts on Arrow releasing Lost in Space on 4K.
Uncle Bill, you're buying that, right?
Yeah,
you are.
Why?
Arrow Video.
You talk about a horrible idea for a remake, though. Jesus, that was one of the worst.
That no one was
I just did a
asking
big
for.
Rant on my channel before I came on here.
That's one that I'm not even going to ask for free.
No.
You did a rant on your channel, Garrett?
About Arrow?
Right before I jumped in here, I did a big rant on my channel about a couple things, and one of them was one of the Arrow announcements today.
What was that?
Creep show too.
I already got it. Look.
What was the rant about?
You put that stick on it.
What happened?
He did. So bitch.
What happened? They screwed it up or something?
No, they announced this, but it's the exact same edition they already had, except they just changed the transfer on it. That's it.
They do that a lot. I mean, that's not the first time. They've done that quite a bit.
I know, but it's just like, it's stupid now. Dumb.
And that one was numbered, wasn't it? Supposedly.
I just don't understand. Like, even if you were a collector and you were like the biggest Creepshow 2 fan, like this red one was kind of like the it one, like the really hard one to get. So like, why just replicate that? Why not just give us something different, and then you could say, oh, I want to get this one, the blue one, and the new one. Like, it doesn't make sense to have the exact same edition.
Was there any difference in the red and blue ones though, other than just the color of the?
I don't know if the blue one didn't come with a book. Maybe I don't know. Maybe,
but I remember that I think the red one was super limited. I don't know what was the number on that back in the day.
I think it was like 2,000 or 3,000 copies, something like that.
But they could have just did the poster art. Like, why did they just have these boxes laying around and like, fuck it, let's just do this again? And just like, there's nothing different in there except for the transfer. All the same features, all the same book, the same artwork. It's just, I don't understand the mindset of doing that nowadays. I don't know.
So you're not double dipping on it?
No.
I mean, it's got to have to do with like, okay, people are still buying it. It's exact copy of the one that we already did. We don't have to pay a new artist to do anything. I guess they're just looking at saving money any way they can, because people like, okay, and I'm not talking about Garrett or anybody else in particular, but most physical media collectors are like, they have a mental illness pretty much, right? So
I could maybe have one. I don't know.
If in a certain way, like everybody's OCD and like, I mean, there's tons of people on YouTube and they're like, hey, these people are fucking gonna buy it anyway. It don't matter, right? So why? I mean, it's just the new transfer is the only thing that's new. Update your shit, right? And that's what and man, like there was one that they did like that. Fucking, when did The Hills Have Eyes 4?
Yeah, that was the one they did. They did that where it was the same thing except just an upgraded transfer, exactly the same.
And the transfer was not like, okay, Hills Have Eyes is like 16 millimeters, something anyway. It's never going to really look pristine.
Right.
So, I mean, that was the one where I was like, I want to start being way more selective and look at the reviews and stuff on some of these, because shit, you don't need to have every fucking movie in 4K anyway, really.
No, I mean, no. And the thing, what the point I was trying to get at is
this one.
Yes,
2021.
So like if I said to somebody and they came over to my house and be like, oh, we're going to watch Creepshow 2. I got this brand new 4K and I put it in. No one would know. What do you think? Someone's going to be like, wait a minute, that's not 4K. Like they would have no idea.
Creepshow 2 is like a cheaply made movie anyway. Like it's not a great looking movie anyway. It's a low budget movie. So I mean, how good is the 4K really even going to look on it?
Well, let me ask you like an offshoot of all this shit that's going on. Do you find yourself like buying less shit now? Because I do.
I'm buying way less.
Like I'm like down to basically like nothing anymore as opposed to what I was buying from Vinegar Syndrome and Arrow and most of all these companies now.
I'm actually behind on a lot of stuff, like stuff that I actually want. Like, I mean, I want those Vestron titles, right? Like, but because I'm like 3 behind now, it's kind of a pain in the ass because you go onto that website to get them and each one is now like $25-$30, where before it was like you could get them for like 14. Right. So now it's almost a pain in the ass for me to like go on there and buy 3 knowing I'm going to spend about $100.
So is it pricing? Is that the reason?
Pricing has to do with it a little bit, but I think for me, it's just, I own all this stuff. So I'm really just buying stuff again.
That was my next thing, double dipping.
You know, like that's really what it is. So like, I don't really like, do you think if I've been watching this edition for the last 10 years, do you think I'm going to put it in again and be like, oh man, I can barely tell what's going on here? Like, and it doesn't, like, that's not that big of a deal for me anymore. But I think what it is now is just there's so much like stuff that I think are nice additions that I want to have. And I'm at a point now where I'm trying to get like the most end all be all edition for me.
But do all the movies deserve an end all be all edition anyway, really? Like I was watching the DVD Sweet 16 for that Cruel Summer /Back show, and that movie's whatever. But like I was watching, I was like, okay, this is a DVD. This is considered amongst like, you know, big horror physical media collectors junk or whatever. But for a fucking piece of shit like Sweet 16, it's fine. I don't understand some of these movies, even like TerraVision's doing a lot of the direct to video, like shot on video movies and doing them on Blu-ray. Why? Like, are you going to fucking lie to people and be like, oh, well, Blu-ray, we've done a remaster on this fucking VHS tape and putting it on high def? Come on now.
Well, here's what I don't understand though, because sometimes it's a catch-22, because I think sometimes when you have a movie like, and I don't know for a fact, but like let's say Sweet 16, which looks like shit on DVD, but if a company can clean it up enough to make it almost a better movie just based on the fact that you can tell what the hell's going on, like I feel like that's kind of where these can shine. But it's give or take, right? Like with Iced, like they couldn't get the stuff, so they're saying it's a Blu-ray. It looked like a VHS tape, but then at the same time, I keep bringing this one up all the time. My DVD of Tourist Trap, I hated it, never watched it because it was so terrible. When I bought the Blu-ray, I was like, holy shit, I love this movie, and I never would have given this another chance if I didn't get this edition. So I think in some aspects, if they can clean up these shitty looking movies to actually give them more life, I'm more excited about that than like Frailty. Like I would love to upgrade my DVD of Frailty, but do I buy the 4K at $50? Or if I just take my DVD and upgrade it to a $9 Blu-ray to get HD, would that just be sufficient enough? Right? Like,
there's been several movies though where like I agree with you, where I've watched them and enjoyed them a lot more because I could actually tell what the fuck was going on. Mm-hmm. Like there's some
which movies?
There's some DVDs that are so bad, like so dark, that you can't even like really figure out what's happening. Well, I tell you, the prime example of that was Night of the Living Dead when they did the 4K restoration of on Criterion, because like for the longest time, I mean, I like watching Night of the Living Dead in like shitty, grainy style too, because that's the way it was always presented growing up. But when you watch it in the remastered version, you can actually see things like in the basement scenes and in the scenes like, you know, upstairs, you never saw from watching it in all those older.
Yeah, but that's Night of the Living Dead. That's not Sweet 16.
And no, honestly, like Sweet 16 was a scan from the 35mm print. it's a shit, like it's a cheaply made movie.
That movie
Like, I
would be shit no matter what.
Yeah,
I
there's
think.
nothing. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's going to improve the experience of that unless
So,
you
like,
just throw it in the trash.
Did Last Slumber Party or Terror at Titular need
No.
releases?
Oh,
No.
I just got it.
Since you
I
saw
just,
them.
I just got this. I haven't even watched it yet.
Terror at 10 Killer, I think, needed a better edition because that DVD looked like pure.
That's what I had,
shit.
and like I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell what's going on. So like, I mean, is this an improvement where this actually?
Yeah.
massive
Yeah.
improvement.
It-
Well,
it-
is
all
the
the-
movie
in
worth
terms
the
of that-
spit?
No, the movie sucks dick. I hate that movie. But
It
like,
is an awful movie, but like that's one where the
looks
transfer. Yeah, the DVD was like, I mean, I think it was like a VHS rip or something like that.
But if it's a shitty film, then it doesn't matter how.
No, but I mean,
exactly. Like take that
I-
fucking piece of shit body count that everybody keeps talking about that they want to see come out. Right, for 10 years, 20 years, people have been talking about we want body count.
The
If you
Deodato
go-
movie?
Yeah, if
You
you
don't want
go
that?
watch Body Count, that is an awful movie, objectively. But it does also look like dog shit on any version that you see. So if you cleaned it up, it would go from like a 2 to a 3. That's
So
the
you
best
would
thing
buy
I
it?
can tell you.
Would
I
you
would
buy
buy
it then? If it was
I'd
cleaned up?
probably buy it just because like you could
Okay.
resell it within a month
tell
for like
you.
$400.
An example of one though that the transfer and they remastered it. I think Kino put it out on Blu-ray, but I got the DVD because the Blu-ray went out of print pretty quick. It's this uber low budget Christmas slasher movie called To All a Good Night. And I tried to watch the video of it, and it was one of those where the video quality was so dark, like it really, like you almost didn't even want to look at the screen, right? So like I hated that movie at one time, and then when I watched the remastered transfer, I was like, huh, this is actually pretty good, and there's some crazy shots in it that, yeah, I mean, you just didn't really notice on the old transfer. So I think, yeah, I mean, even shitty movies or movies that's not that great, like if there's a copy like that out there, it's just a VHS scan or print or whatever. Yeah, I'm all for them releasing stuff like that. It's just re-releasing shit in 4K.
Right.
That when that format came out, everybody was like, "Oh, I'm just going to get the classics. That's what I want to get." And now we're fucking. Me and Uncle Bill are going to be talking about fucking Mouse Hunt in 4K and
Wayne's World 2.
Wayne's World 2.
Right.
Like, I mean, I like those movies, and it was fun revisiting them and stuff, but fuck, really.
You need a 4K.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of
Yeah.
what my video was about. Like in the sense that I feel like the idea now I feel like is that especially if you're on platforms like this is like you have to praise everything and you have to be excited about everything, and if you're not, then you're just labeled like, you know, negative or whatever. But like why should you
Yeah.
have to agree and praise everything coming out? Like nobody can have opinions anymore, because the thing is I do not care that heavily on the picture quality being Blu-ray versus 4K. Like it doesn't really matter to me, really. Like at that point, like VHS DVD versus 4K Blu-ray, okay, that's different. But once you get into that HD, I feel like to me it's not that big of a deal. And so when it comes to me deciding if I'm going to buy anything or upgrade anything, it really just has to do with what else am I getting with it. Like, am I getting documentary? Am I getting new features? Am I getting an awesome packaging that I probably would never want to replace this ever again? You know, all that stuff kind of matters to me, besides just, hey, the picture quality is going to look a little bit different over here.
Yeah, but it seems like some of these movies, you just, if they were on VHS, just clean them up, put them on a
Yeah, I'm more
Blu-ray,
interested in
and that would
that
be
stuff, for
15
sure.
bucks. And they don't need all.
Well,
Some of these movies don't need an hour-long documentary. Like
That's the thing I like about Kino is, like, even though they release some of the weirdest shit in 4K that you would just never think, like, why? But like, it's all fairly priced. Everything's uniform. It's good. It looks good and everything. There are some special features on stuff. Sometimes it's totally bare bones. But the price, man, like when they've got their Blu-rays on sale, they're $10, $8 to $10. The 4Ks are no more than $20 most of the time. So I think for your money, Kino is the top dog, really.
So what do you think they're doing that's different from other people to have affordable prices? Is because
Not a
they
bunch
want
of
to be simple?
bullshit. They're just releasing like basic editions of like they got a slipcover and everything. Don't get me wrong, but they're just basic. They don't have the booklets and the
But don't some of these
posters
have basic stuff and they're still expensive? Or
Which
no?
one? I mean, most of the time, like anything Vinegar Syndrome puts out anymore is going to be it's going to have some fucking book or something in it. It's going to be some fold out, rigid cover or something, and so is Second Sight.
Well, even
so
like
is Arrow for that matter now.
That Vinegar Syndrome, that animated film you guys kept seeing the trailer for. Where the hell?
Oh,
that movie
Been
was.
in the bathtub, baby.
Well, that was
that like
a
30?
partner? Was that a partner label?
I mean,
Or
like, was that like
yeah.
$30-$40, or was that?
No, that was on sale.
That was
we got that on sale.
That was
There you
on
go.
sale forever, yeah.
So sometimes they do. Okay.
But like the bigger problem though, and what Garrett I think was talking about earlier, and this has been something that I've been thinking for a long time, is you can't have a truthful stream about anything really anymore, but like in this case, physical media, because if you don't like something, there's always a group of people that are going to, because they do like it, are going to be like, well, you're negative all the fucking time. And people, streamers especially, are scared to death of like people just leaving because they're seen as being negative about like all these. But I think it's the opposite for me. Like anytime I see somebody just talking about Scream movies or talking about Texas Chainsaw movies just ad nauseum and all they have to say is positive shit, I know that person's full of shit. Like, and it makes me just completely want to just fucking go away from that channel as quickly as possible. There's several people I could point to directly that I can think of that are like that right now. Like streamers.
You know what we need to do? Here's what we need to do, Uncle Bill, because we've been talking about exclusive content for the Patreon page. Dan Pitt on Patreon.com. I'm talking about doing exclusive shows. How about we do a series?
Dude, series just shitting on everybody.
YouTubers that we hate.
Oh my god!
God.
Like, you want in on this?
No, like that's not going to get out in 2 seconds.
Patreon exclusive. Well, they'll all be joining Patreon first.
Yeah. It's a
Every
great
YouTuber
idea
joins it.
for a couple of different reasons. That's actually a great idea.
And we finally named some of these motherfuckers that would love for us to name them anyway. But it's not public, baby. It's Patreon.
Oh my god, you guys are wild. They're gonna.
I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm old.
YouTubers that we hate. We can just
that
do.
we hate. We're like 5 years old or something.
And,
Get a cease and desist letter from Gary's Blu-ray Corner or something.
What's the name of the show? Is it going to be called "Can't Sit Here"?
No, we did talk about.
We hate those guys.
The Patreon
Actually,
subs would soar. Yeah.
We did talk about.
That's a good
Patreon.
idea, man.
I don't think we could do that. I'm all for not being positive, but I'm also all for not getting sued too, because that'll be the third fucking time, and I don't really want.
We hate.
Well, we never did get sued. We got threatened.
That's right. I'm sorry. We didn't get. Technically, we didn't get sued. We just got a cease and desist and threatened. Yeah.
I didn't feel too threatened that day, but yeah. The people at Absher Enterprises down at the Strand, they didn't like it.
No, they weren't fans.
They should have had some gummies. They've been home now.
That guy, he really did need some gummies.
Sounds like it.
You can be sued for hating someone now. Yeah, everybody's pussies now.
Garrett, right in the middle of this.
Literally in the middle.
I think we could all agree, though, that the entire world now is just, Jesus
God.
Christ. People are so uptight
Is
about
what
everything.
full of hate.
Yeah.
No, everybody gets offended. Jesus Christ, somebody cracks a fart in public or something. It's like they need to go to jail.
Go to jail.
Fucking woman will file a complaint or something. That man farted. They would, man. Poor old Martin Cove was giving his coworker a little nibble at the convention, and that bitch called the law on him.
Jeez.
Gave him a little nibble.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
He's an old man. What the fuck's he gonna do? He's 70. He's almost 80 years old.
Oh my god.
Jeez, fucking people.
Have you nibbled on someone before?
Yeah,
Wes?
yeah. I can't talk about it. Though.
Yes.
Yeah. He's known to take a nibble in his day, you know what I mean? Whatever happened with Sean Clark and Vinegar Syndrome?
That's a whole other thing.
There was a boycott Vinegar Syndrome on Reddit today? What?
I don't full thread.
There's everything
Well,
on Reddit.
You know what's interesting about that thing? I know
That's
it's
true.
kind of become, like you guys said earlier, like everybody forgot about it or whatever. Like we knew that was gonna happen. It'd be hot for like a week and then everybody wouldn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that with all the heat that Vinegar Syndrome was under, that they didn't try to come out and even just try to defend themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not surprised.
because there
I'm not
are
either.
most
some
companies
things
do
they
that.
could have said if this was a big misunderstanding, right? So I'm shocked that they didn't come out and be like, hey guys, listen, like we didn't do this to be jerks, but we own the rights here and our contract with Imprint was to not sell over here, and they broke that they breached it. Like, I mean, if there was stuff like that going on, like you would have thought that Vinegar Syndrome wouldn't have just like, oh, we'll just let everybody think what they want. You know what I mean? Like you would assume that they would have tried to clear
Yeah.
the
I mean,
air with
I
that.
thought about like that. That would probably been the logical thing to do, right? If you're having this much of a backlash to address it somewhere, but then you got to think about like the mindset of those people there too.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it really would seem like it's going against Vinegar Syndrome, being Vinegar Syndrome, to do any kind of PR to, clean up any bad press or whatever. So
No, I think
Yeah, I was
because
kind of shocked that they didn't do that, because you're basically just taking one dude's word over everything, and no, they never even tried to like defend anything. So I guess whatever that guy Mark said is the truth until we know otherwise, right?
Well, I think they figured what you thought. It would just be forgotten about. It would move past. And if they said something, it would regurgitate whatever back and forth people already have and in whatever forum. So a lot of companies do that. They just keep silence because they know in this world today, within 15 minutes, they're on to something else. They're on to another topic. They're on to another.
Yeah, they're really just counting on the fact that everybody's going to forget and like they can just continue to do their shit.
And they're starting to. So that's why they did it.
What's
I was
gonna be the
thinking about
Alien movie?
that. I was thinking about that though, in terms of like covering these drops now, because honestly, like that's one of our more popular shows that we do is covering the Vinegar Syndrome drops. And I'm like, I don't really even want to fucking talk about Vinegar Syndrome, to be honest. Like, but I also like,
I would
feel
say
the need to
continue
do
it
that.
because you monetize the people you hate. You'll get,
well, that's a fair point.
you just shit on them the whole time.
I mean, that's basically what we've been doing lately anyway, because they've just been releasing shit.
You
Well,
just
what
shit
do you
on them
guys-
the whole time and make
What do you
fun of
guys
them.
think the Alien movie is that they're going to release? I said the other day, if it's a VSU, I would actually mark out if it was Mac and Me, to be honest. But
Fuck
like,
that.
what do
It
you
should
guys
be.
think that it could be? Like, what
they
would be
dropped
an
any
Alien?
hints or anything like that.
They may have. I didn't see them, but a lot of people are saying they're speculating Fire in the Sky. But I'm like,
They
4K.
already
Shell
did
Factory
that,
has
though.
that.
Screen Factory did that recently. didn't they?
Yeah,
but I
they
mean,
did
has
the
anybody
Blu-ray.
done it in 4K? That's
Yeah,
the,
so
that's
it's
the
anybody's
thing.
game now, I guess. But like,
God.
I mean, Fire in the Sky is cool, but I don't know. And then people say maybe Communion, which Scream Factory also did a Blu-ray of.
That movie
But I don't know.
sucks.
I don't know.
I hope it's Mac and Me. Like that's what I really like.
I
to
do
hold out for.
too. That's what I
Mac
do.
and Me and 4 cables. We all need it. Needs to be part of our
In a nice,
collection.
in a nice magnet case.
What was the other one everybody
can
was talking
keep
about
it.
too, though?
Was it?
Maybe it's Newty.
Nuki would that actually, but didn't Red Letter Media buy all the prints of that or something? Like there was some story about that. They bought like every
Yeah. What was?
possible
What was?
version.
Every
no,
VHS
not what-
copy or something.
Yeah.
Nuki? Yeah, I forgot about that one.
For a reason.
Did anybody release that on anything, like a DVD or anything?
No.
What was the other one? What was
Just
the other one?
VHS.
Trumpy. What was that one?
You're
Was
just
that
on
one Trumpy?
VHS.
That was
Yeah, but Severin,
yeah,
right?
that was Severin, yeah.
Extraterrestrial something, right?
Visitors.
Oh,
Extra-
dude, if
yeah.
it's, I'll mark out if it's extra. I'll tell you that much.
But yeah, Newty is only on VHS.
Didn't
Well,
they do Extra? Didn't VS
They did
do
extra
They
3.
did a
that?
sequel.
The
Yeah.
third? Okay, the sequel. Okay.
Oh,
I actually
brother,
think it may be Nuki, man. They may actually do that. Like that. That actually sounds like something they would do.
So is the name of our stream going to be called "We Did It All for the Nuki"? So
That has to be it. If they do
that
it,
would make
that'd be amazing.
sense because that's one of the worst films ever. So
Yeah.
of
and is
course,
that
better
is
get
that
somebody
like
to
the
do
is
it.
that one of those drops that's going to be on like a random afternoon? It's not even going to be a late night one, right?
Yeah, they're all noon, and they're
Oh,
like
come
it's like a
on.
week long deal where they're changing. It's the same sales titles that they always have, like the $10 to $15 movies, but it'd be the same ones from last year.
This would be killer as fuck. Meatballs 2. You remember that? That would be.
Meatballs
Alien
3 is what I would love to see. Meatballs 3.
Which one was it? Meatballs 2 that had the little alien dude in it?
It
that came
was.
out? Yeah,
It
that,
was.
I'd love to see that come out.
Yeah, I don't know what it could be.
The Inner Center really need to be on the straight and narrow and get their head out of their ass because they release shit, so it doesn't take much time for people to say I'm out. I wish that were true, but apparently there's like a huge.
No, they're doing fine.
Here it is. Yeah. The Kane Hodder documentary, Alligator Legs. That'll never die now.
Yeah, I watched it. It looks the same.
It was just announced today. How in the fuck would we have watched it?
I got it right here. I showed you. It's right here.
He's got a
Oh,
special
looks-
screener.
what's the
It looks
transfer
the same
like
as the
on it?
Blu-ray. Yeah. Same as Blu-ray. Couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, they did have somebody like Vinegar Syndrome has like their own built-in press of people that like love everything that they come out with and defend them on other streams, so they can kind of compete with the negative backlash. They don't even have to do anything.
They can go fuck themselves.
The Acolyte Protection Agency.
I like to keep it right down the middle.
Yeah.
Middle of their ass.
They can stick a dick in their mouth and smile, right?
Right after my new logo thing.
The gold-plated dick.
I'll do promo shots.
They said they love vinegar semen.
Let me tell you something, Vinegar Syndrome. I'm gonna meet you
right
in the square
down the
circle.
middle.
Oh shit.
Shit.
So what are you guys talking about tonight before I came on? And
I have no fucking clue now.
Yeah. It was
no,
Honestly,
did you see the
random.
the new X-Files Lego game or something? Or Legos? What is it? X-Files?
Just what?
X-Files Legos.
I think it's X-Files Legos are coming out.
If that fucking existed, that'd be amazing.
No, I'm pretty sure they just announced it.
Oh my god.
Fucking Legos.
Jesus H. Christ.
Now you gonna talk shit about Legos, buddy?
Yeah.
You can build a little alien. You can build an X-Files thing and have it display.
Legos suck.
I played with real toys when I was a kid. I played with He-Man.
Hell yeah!
She-Ra. Fucking.
Well, you got the new movie coming out, so you look forward to that. There you
There's an Alien Romulus 2 coming out. Is that real? It's
I hope
called
not.
Alien Romulus 2.
go.
That's
Don't
what
start
they're gonna
March this time. That's the Android.
Mark's favorite character of all time.
Fucking
So
hate
silly.
that.
Emo Android. Yeah.
Mark, what was the face the guy made?
Here it goes. That was the whole fuking movie.
It was.
Do you remember? Do you remember when they said like this is like 100% practical, and then that guy comes out and you're like, wait a minute, this ain't no practical effect.
They're making X-Files Lego or Legos one.
Ego.
X-Files Legos.
Either one would be great.
Lego
my
my
ego.
ego.
Alien Romulus 2. That's so stupid. Why? Wasn't it just Alien Romulus the same way it was? What was the last Alien before that called?
Covenant.
Yeah, Covenant.
So now they're gonna have Alien Romulus 2. Like, it kind of weird, right?
No,
Shouldn't it have a different name?
it's that Alien TV show, Alien Day, or what the fuck was it called?
Alien Earth, I think.
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Let me ask you guys this, and we're talking about aliens, though. Right?
Illegal aliens.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't want to go there,
So
brother.
he's gonna bring up ice.
You guys are.
It's called Alien
Let me
Eyes.
ask you this: like Rambo would probably know because he's
Alien in LA.
more into the sci-fi movies and stuff. You watch a little bit more of everything than we do.
Sure.
Like, Alien Nation, the movie.
Dude,
with
that's
James
what I was just
Caan.
grabbing. We need this fucking movie, dude.
What
Yeah.
the fuck are you
That could-
kidding?
That could be it.
That's what I was going to get right now.
Yeah, because like
How do you know?
that one.
Because I was thinking of it. I was like, dude, this doesn't have any good.
I was thinking of it
Has
too.
nothing.
Evidently, what the fuck? That's the
wild.
weirdest shit. But yeah,
Those
also, like
gummies must have
Alien
just
Nation,
freaked
I was because I didn't know like I don't think anybody had even done like a decent DVD.
There's
of
a
that.
DVD, but it was like a double pack or something. I have it, but this movie's fucking awesome, man. Like this movie gets no
Right, I agree.
respect
Nobody
at
talks
all.
about it either. It's almost like
This
it
is
was never
brutal.
made.
This is a grimy,
I haven't seen that
violent.
since literally VHS.
Yeah, I
days.
think the only Blu-ray is like an import.
Well, you know what happened is the show came out, and I think it watered this thing down a little bit for people. Like they didn't really.
That's right.
But this
yeah.
is a gritty ass fucking badass movie. If this is what Vinegar Syndrome's doing, I will flip the f out because I love this and need a new edition of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably get that at some point for sure before it's sold out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if that would fit. I mean, Alien Invasion Summer, which I mean, the aliens, I guess, in the show, and I mean, they were like, citizens on Earth. So I guess that would make sense.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Well, I saw a picture of a motorcycle that they showed, right? I don't know if that could be from this.
Especially today.
But it's a good film. I do like that. I didn't see the TV show, but I do like the film. And like you said, it's never really gotten a good. I did in the Blu-ray. I think it's only imported, so I don't know who owns it though. The movie.
That's what I was wondering. It might be.
Wasn't
This
that
is
a Fox title?
Fox,
That's,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Isn't everything with Fox? Fox's with
Disney.
Disney?
yeah.
So that ain't gonna be it.
That's what I was wondering.
Damn it, Disney!
I mean, who knows? I mean, we could. That would be one that I think definitely deserves and needs a good release. So I would be all for them doing that if that was it.
I don't think it will be because it'd be good, but
Right.
it probably would be like a movie you know what or you never heard of before. Or
Exactly.
something.
That's what's gonna happen. Everybody always thinks it's something big until they do the drop, and then you're like, fuck, what the hell's that? That's the
Yeah.
typical Vinegar Syndrome drop.
Then everybody's like, "I love this one. I've been waiting forever."
Been waiting 20 years for Nuki. Thoughts on Silent Hill game being remade?
I don't know. I don't game much, so
I don't have the new stuff, so I'm too poor.
Haven't played it. I'd like to check that out. It's a cool idea. I don't have an issue with it.
Alien versus HIV.
that's gonna be the Vinegar Syndrome release.
Yeah, that's the release. Umbrella released Alien Nation.
I don't know. Maybe they did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Uncle Bill did watch The Keep. You guys are doing the filing tomorrow, right?
I watched The Keep.
We both watched it finally, and we're going to be doing an in-depth review. Our baller
Rants.
and shock collar patron, Timmy, he was the one that requested it, so they kind of made us do it because I
Made you do it?
threatening it. Yeah, he paid us.
Oh. Gotcha.
Otherwise, who knows if we would have ever done it.
Only sell ours.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
That's right.
Umbrella.
Oh
Alien
wow!
Nation
I'll be
Umbrella.
damned. Was that the TV show?
No, this is the movie. James Caan's in it.
But that's like, did you guys just see the announcement of Innkeepers now is coming out from like 2 different companies? It's like the same thing.
course.
Everybody's just fighting for the same shit, man.
Oh, House of the Devil is the same way, like the same 2 companies.
Mm-hmm.
Look here, Big Money Mark says Liver King wants to do a collab with Garrett.
Oh my god,
That's good.
dude, that Liver King. Have you all kept up with any of that shit?
Yeah, we were
we
talking
talked
about
about it earlier before you came on.
It reminds me of like the Scott Stapp videos. You remember the ones where he was like going, like I don't know what happened. He was losing his fucking mind, like on some kind of drug or whatever. It's the same thing. That dude's on something. He's having some kind of
Episode
mental breakdown. Yeah.
he's fine.
eating the nuts.
Well, he never was like fine anyway.
No.
That dude, God, but yeah, he's
If you're eating balls, something up with you.
eating all those testicles and all that shit.
You would
How do you
Rambo,
get-
Rambo, you wouldn't do that for like the Fear Factor challenge or whatever. Remember they used to do that?
Would I eat balls?
Yeah, for money. Give you $1
No.
million.
What if they were deep fried?
So you have to live the rest of your life going, there's the ball sucker.
But you got $1 million though.
Would you?
Nah, I mean, I
Well,
don't need the money.
Yeah,
I'm
All
yeah.
right, bottom line it for us, everybody. What's your price, your minimum price to eat balls?
Okay, you go first.
God,
UB. You go
Let's
first.
see.
raw like
Minimum
that.
price.
Yeah, like
Raw balls,
raw
not deep fried. They
baby.
can't put a
raw
batter on it.
testicle.
You
Like
can't dip
basically,
it
you're
in
saying like if I
horseradish.
was out in the field with him that day and he handed me one,
So what if you
okay,
ate,
and he was like, okay,
Wes's
he's got
balls?
a ball in his hand. He's like, all right, how much money to eat this ball?
How much?
500,000.
That's I was thinking 500 to 500.
Really?
To a minute,
Do
somewhere
you
in that
Wes's
range.
balls?
No,
No,
Wes.
my balls aren't available to eat.
But that'd be
I
like,
just said,
I'm hanging
I just
on to
said,
him.
pay me the picture being out in the field with that bowl and him handing me the ball and say, "Eat this with me." I
Okay,
would
so
take a bite for 500,000.
UB for 500,000. What balls are you eating?
you
What
saying, but I eat
animal?
Wes's balls for 500. That'd be like eating a little baby.
Well, fine. Okay, an animal.
Look,
What, if you have to
buddy.
pick,
BBs. Eating little babies.
You're talking about grapefruits. They're grapefruits.
so is this
Like little nerds or something, little nerd candy.
Grapefruit, you assholes.
so?
You eating like mice nuts or something.
Are you picking what animal it comes from?
Well,
This
if you get
scenario?
to pick, if you get to pick the animal, then I'm assuming you're going to pick something really small and not a fucking bull, right? Like,
Right.
you won't be just chewing on.
So what would you pick?
Or
Since
just
you want 500,000.
I don't know.
I
what
believe,
you want.
okay. What if you could do this? Like whatever the
What?
test.
What's the smallest thing that has balls?
Like
A
little ants.
chipmunk? Like, I don't know.
No, or like,
I don't know,
are you
mouse?
allowed to you have to eat the nut raw,
This is
or
so killing this conversation.
can you make adjustments
No,
to
you
it?
can't.
Like,
he didn't do
Keith
anything
said,
to it.
Keith
I
said
don't
for $1,000, he's all, give me that.
Does a mouse have them?
Uh,
I don't know.
Matt's like checking. He like grabs a
yeah,
mouse.
what kind?
going on
What's
in
the
there?
smallest?
He's googling it.
You can't fry them or do anything to them. It just has to be raw nuts.
No, it just gave me this.
Mouse balls.
How about this?
4-pack.
Vinegar Syndrome released the Liver King documentary with hairy balls on cover to go with those other stupid.
Well, I mean, you got the hairy chest or dirty work.
Yeah.
That's just hairy
Yeah.
balls.
and the X extends, yeah.
Shrew balls.
So $500,000 you eat balls.
Shrews.
$500,000 you eat balls.
Yeah, I think 500 grand would be because on Fear Factor,
Okay.
what did they even win on Fear Factor? They did much worse shit than that.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
500 grand.
Would you have been on there in the first place, though?
No,
swallow those balls.
You could be on it now. It's coming back.
Well, sign up, Mark.
American
Yeah,
Gladiators
I
is
should.
coming back. Yeah, did you hear about that?
Yeah.
They're bringing everything back.
Of course.
The difference is it all sucks now.
Are they bringing back the same gladiators from the band? They're like 70
No,
years
they're like
old
all
now?
wrestlers and shit now. Like,
Uh,
what's that guy's
Really?
name? Wilthrow or Wardlow or something? He's one.
Yeah,
Wardlow.
from AEW.
Oh, wow.
I think Rick Boogs is one, right? Didn't they say that he was part of it?
yeah.
Ryback's going to be on there next. You know.
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna
he
pop
probably should be right.
Ryback and the killer on there.
Oh, God. That guy's on something.
You know, I have very fond memories though of like the original show.
Oh yeah.
It for some reason like there's reruns you can catch and everything, and it doesn't. It's not like it was when it was actually on. Like I don't know, it doesn't. I guess it hasn't aged well, but like I remember Saturday nights, and these were all syndicated shows for like there's a 4-hour block of American Gladiators. There was this 80s roller ball show.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that show. Roller derby. When they had like teams that was kind of like wrestling.
It was gimmicks, and they did interviews, and there was like a alligator pit or something like that. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They had USWA wrestling, and then Wrestling Challenge. The WWF show was like the last show on Saturday nights.
Did you guys watch the documentary on Gladiators where like they showed Billy Worth from the Lost Boys was like the biggest prick contestant ever before he became famous?
Yep.
That's wild.
That was actually a really good documentary too.
What's the name of it?
It's on Netflix. If you hadn't asked me that, I probably would have been able to tell you. I can't fucking remember.
But it's wild to think Billy Worth was like a contestant, and he was just known for being like an asshole to the Gladiators. He'd like fuck with them and shit all the time.
That's fun.
Muscles and Mayhem.
Muscles and Mayhem. I thought Mayhem was in it somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I only saw the first episode, but it was good. Good information.
I'll check it out.
And that Cheech and Chong's Last Movie was fun. I saw that.
Yeah.
That's a good documentary.
I was curious how that was going to be.
Cool.
It's good about the first half, but they kind of rush past the last part of it. But it's still cool. A lot of information.
USA Channel was the shit. Yeah, that's definitely a blast from the past. Think about that at that time.
Commander USA was on. Saturday Nightmares was like Commander USA was like the middle of the day or something, right? Movies that they would have. And the Saturday Nightmares thing was really cool at the time. But we're talking the 80s. So really no major channels does anything like that now, unfortunately.
Remember Murder, She Wrote used to be on USA back in the day?
Matlock.
Matlock, most boring fucking
Silk Stockings.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love
You know what the most boring show ever is? Because anytime I hear the theme song to this fucking show, I just want to
MASH.
leave the house. MASH.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, that show. And people loved that fucking show back then, man. People were like older people were crazy.
You don't
about that
hear
show.
like when Raw was over, you'd hear the helicopter, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I gotta go to
God
bed.
damn, that means that the TV goes off.
Yep. Time to change the channel.
Like when you think about it, I think the reason we all hate it is because like that's what happened because it was on at a certain time, and literally I know nothing about the show except for like the opening credits. Like that's it.
Well, it's
Like, I
the
don't
same
think I've
thing
ever
with, like,
watched an episode.
Silk Stockings too used to come on after wrestling, and I've forever got that damn theme song in my head.
I
That
love it.
woman
Yeah.
screaming,
Uh-huh.
ding, ding,
Don't.
I love that. I gotta explore those anime days, man, for sure on that.
What was her name? God, she was hollering shit back at that time period too. Mitzi Capture, I think.
God,
Was her
speaking
name?
of hot women, Lord have mercy, the casting that Invisible Maniac, which we're gonna be talking about that on Sunday night in detail.
I told you that movie is like just pure nudity, like all the way through.
Yeah, the
Like, there's no-
director, when he was auditioning these women, he was like, okay, you're going to be naked pretty much this entire movie. You're taking 10 baths with other girls. All these other girls are going to be naked too. Are you in?
Probably not.
Uncle Bill said there's a pretty good Mexican place in Pittsburgh. If Tom Matthews will go, we'll all go out to dinner together if we go to that Living Dead weekend. I'd take him to Applebee's. How killer would that be?
Yeah.
Look, I'll get you a Bourbon Street steak, Tom Matthews. All I'm asking for is a picture of us in front of the restaurant and inside eating.
And then he signs the picture, and it's like, "Thanks for Applebee's, you pussy." Or something.
You don't do the impersonation from him.
I don't know.
You're
Oh,
thinking about it. So you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
There you go.
all right, so here's what I wanted to do real quick. I looked up. This is so killer that you can do this shit. The 1985 through 86 primetime network channel schedule.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay, so I guess I could put it up on the screen. It's kind of
Sure.
wild to see this. It's got all this shit.
I know on archive.org I found a bunch of, you remember HBO guides they used to have back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I can make this somewhat bigger, I think.
Here, we can uncover here. Let's cover markup. There we go.
Well, fuck.
What the hell happened? I didn't do that.
I think I hit the wrong button. It happens.
But while you're figuring that out, check out, this is a Vinegar Syndrome title that's possibly coming up soon. Look,
There we go.
did you guys see that?
What is it?
Last Gasp. There's a big box set coming out.
Oh, shit.
No, it's imprint. It's not Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, it's
With the
imprint.
27
Imagine
by
if it sold
45.
out. Vinegar Syndrome, like, what the fuck?
So, ABC had Ripley's Believe It or Not, and then MacGyver, the Disney Sunday movie. 60 minutes. CBS had 60 Minutes and Murder, She Wrote.
Oh,
From these are time periods from like 7 to 8. The CBS Sunday movie, Punky Brewster,
Was on that late?
Spoon. Apparently, yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like, yeah, there was only 3
Sunday.
network channels. I'm old enough to remember that when the networks used to sign off. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Where like they would play like the national anthem or whatever it was, and they're like they would literally just go off air.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
No,
The
well before my
A-Team,
time.
Yeah, Mark, because you're so much younger than all of us.
God, that sounded.
I am.
That was pointed.
do you guys remember when they used to, like, you'd be watching TV and that thing would come on and it would beep and it'd be like, "This is not a test," or "This is a test"? It would, like, you'd like panic.
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
How the world was like fucking ending or whatever. I used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. What is happening?
Do you ever notice sometimes when you start a VHS tape, it sounds like somebody's dialing a phone number?
No,
Yeah.
Have you ever?
I
I
never.
remember
saw
that.
That's how they actually replicated those tapes back in the day. Because, like, the replicators, I guess, had a specific number for a movie, right? And, yeah, because, like, I was watching something on, I don't remember if it was, like, on Netflix or YouTube or something like that. It's talking about that. I was like, huh, that is weird. I've never heard that before.
Because I remember the tapes, like you would start, you go, boop, and then just fade off, and then it would go
Right.
to your previews.
Yeah.
But that's why.
Jesus Christ. MacGyver,
China
Maybe.
Beach.
Major Dad,
Man,
Alf.
Married with Children started in the 80s. That's right. It was
Yeah.
a big
Hard.
80s show. Shit.
I remember Major Dad.
What the fuck was the Hogan Family?
Oh, man.
That wasn't what
was
I
a
was
good
thinking
one.
it was going to be.
No, no,
Are you
No,
guys
like-
over there?
not that Hogan.
So, like, it was the Hogan Family was originally like this family drama sitcom thing with Valerie Harper, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, the show was a success and everything, and Valerie Harper and the network had some sort of big disagreement or whatever, so they didn't bring her back for the second season. They killed her off. And they changed the name of the show to like Valerie's Family or something like that. And then after Valerie's Family, they changed it to something else, I think. So freaking hilarious. It's like, what's the name of the show this year?
So is this the ratings? That's crazy if it is. Is this number one, 23.4? Like 23.4 million people.
Yeah, I think that is.
Jesus Christ.
Tied
Well, I mean-
with the Cosby Show says.
Just not as much options back then. So, I mean,
That's wow.
you don't have, all that cable stations to people to jump ship to.
Yeah. America's Funniest Home Videos was number 5 with 20 million people watch that shit.
I remember
Yeah.
that. Bob
I
said
used to
it.
watch it every Sunday.
Anyway, that exists on the internet if you want to
That's crazy.
figure out any time schedule of anything.
If you look
So-
hard enough, you can find any damn thing on the internet.
Exactly.
That's true. Well, we are 2 hours in. Does anybody have any pressing topics?
words?
What's the next movie you actually look forward to? I know you don't want to see stuff. You probably want to see I Know We Did Last Summer, Sally, and all that. But is there a movie you actually look forward to that you're intrigued by?
There's a movie I saw a trailer for called Weapons, which I'm kind of interested in. That's probably about it, I think, though, for me.
Well, fuck Rambo. I'm gonna have to look up what movies are coming out.
What about you, Mark? Mark, you got one?
Shh. No, I can't even think of anything off the top.
Well, there you go. There's the answer.
I did see the trailer for Weapons. It looks interesting, but yeah.
I mean,
don't know.
I'll go see Black Phone 2 and Scary Movie 6. I'm kind of interested to see what both of those are like. I'm not overly thrilled with them or anything, but
So you saw. What do you think of Black Phone 2? Like, you see the trailer?
no.
Oh,
I
you didn't see the trailer.
Yeah, I think I brought up last time they completely rip off the skating scene from Curtains.
Good. Curtain sucks.
But
Put
I
it
mean,
in
that's the
another
only
movie.
memorable scene in the movie is the whole
Put it in a
tag
different
mask
movie.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
the only thing anybody can remember from the movie at all. Like,
For good reason.
yeah, because the rest of it's like, what the fuck? It's one of those movies that you instantly forget about every damn bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know that has a big fan base. I just
Does
Couldn't
it really
do
have a
it.
big fan base?
I thought it did for slasher fans. I should say. I thought maybe not. Maybe people think it sucks.
That's one that I think I watched as a kid and just like, even when I was a kid, I was like, this is bad.
There are certain movies
I
like
like-
that though,
Yeah.
where
I like-
when you watch them, you immediately just forget everything that was in them. Just nothing happens.
That's a good thing though, I guess, with that movie.
Yeah.
You don't want to remember any of it.
What about Mortal Kombat 2? Y'all excited about that one?
No.
Mm-mm.
What? Is that a movie coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it based on just themed like Mortal Kombat 2, the game, or what?
No, there's a movie 3 years ago. First one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The sequel. Yeah, exactly.
They bastardized the shit out of
I never
Mortal
saw
Kombat,
remake.
man.
Yeah, in 2020.
2021.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore 2, Spinal Tap 2. What the fuck is what? They're gonna do Spinal Tap 2. Them guys are like 80, 90 years old. Like, what the hell are they gonna even? be
Well, I
able to
think
do?
they've already done it, right? They
know.
already
Yeah.
filmed it.
Yeah, they filmed it. But you guys, like, as bigger music fans, do you just see that being just a cluster of shit? Or
Which one?
Spinal Tap 2?
I don't know. I just don't think they can capture what it originally was.
It won't be the same.
Mm-mm.
And then
I
in
don't even know why you do
Spaceballs 2.
something. Doing something like that to me is like doing the Dumb and Dumber 2 20, 30 years after they like.
Which they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, I know. It's just like it doesn't.
Like I don't think Spaceballs 2, like I don't know. I have a tough time thinking that's going to be that good either. But it's going to be interesting because they said Moranis is back, which is huge.
That's weird.
Mhm.
That's
I think
odd that he would pick that movie.
It
to come
is.
back.
That's his comeback movie. Like the success rate of movies like that are done that long after the original movies is like astronomically fucking low. Like it just almost never works out.
Well, we've asked this before. What's the last new comedy you liked? Not comedy, horror.
I don't even remember what the
comedy.
last new comedy that was that even came out.
I think that see if I have it over here. What's the one that the girl got completely naked? I thought that was a pretty fun movie.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
That
I
wasn't
thought
too bad. Yeah,
that was okay for a modern comedy. I thought.
it wasn't
was
bad.
that
But it's a
movie? No
movie
Hard
that's
Feelings
been
in it?
it's been done to death. Is the thing. Like there's been a million movies that same plot.
Mm.
But man, the nude scene with her. Good lord.
I couldn't believe she did that. Like that's crazy.
And
to
I
me.
was in awe because she's like, holy shit! Like that girl got it going on. She's from Kentucky too, right?
Yeah, she
That's
is.
hard to believe.
Louisville, I think.
That'd be Mark's new sex doll.
There you go. I
Did
bet
you
you
tell
could,
him you were getting a sex doll or something? He's really like, oh,
I don't know where that came from.
you could place an order. Yeah, and get. I want someone send you a copy of this girl's picture. Make one that looks just like that.
Good luck,
AI
Mark.
technology.
Oh yeah, there is one I'm actually looking forward to, and it's weird because I hate all of this guy's movies ever. Can you guess what it is?
Thanksgiving too?
No, that's a good guess. Also, he's an actor that I hate all of his films, but he's got a film coming out that I'm actually interested in. The Rock in the Smashing Machine.
Oh, you're looking forward to Smashing Machine?
Okay.
Did
I
you
mean-
see the trailer to that?
Did you see the
Oh,
Rock in
is that when
movie?
he's like that? He's a boxer or something?
Yeah, well, he's a
MMA.
UFC fighter. They've got
Right.
him like fucking to the point where you almost can't recognize. That might be the reason why.
That
Yeah,
makeup
we
looks
do.
ridiculous, I think, though. Like, you know what I thought of when I first saw that? Do you remember when The Rock hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time and they had, what was the Chris Kattan character?
Yeah, with the little
Oh
monkey.
yeah,
Yeah, they had The Rock dressed as like the big version of that. That's what he looks like in that fucking movie. Yes, look at that. He looked like the big mango or whatever the hell it was.
the big.
No, it wasn't. Mango is a different character.
Mango was the, but yeah, what was that?
What was the little monkey Chris Kattan called with the big ears?
Somebody
and
in here will
shit?
know too.
Yeah, because they had the Rock. See if you can look up a picture of the Rock, Rambo, and you could post. I don't know if they would have it because it's so old, but the Rock is, what is that character's name? Fuck. Mr. Peepers?
Mr.
Is that-
Peepers, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Peepers.
Peepers?
Lord, I forgot about that.
Jeepers, baby. I saw that review, man. That brought me back there, if only for a day.
Oh yeah. Thanks for letting me know about the horror hound thing. I never knew.
I was like you. I was like, how? What the fuck? How'd they get away with that? And I just messaged him. I was like, hey, what the hell happened? What was going on with this movie? But
But anyway,
there you go. Yeah, see, look, exactly.
that's just it. Oh shit! We got a super chat from Steven Tyler.
Thank
He
you.
says, "Hey guys, considering you have great movie channels, I enjoy. Thank you. Is it hard coming up with content with lack of good entertainment, unlike the '80s and '90s content?"
Not if you like complaining.
I was getting ready to say it depends on like if you're trying to be positive or not. Yeah.
I think that's why, like, a lot of times I don't really cover a lot of modern stuff, really, like, unless it's news, but I don't really do movie reviews anymore or anything like that. So,
But do you think you'll run out of old stuff to talk about?
Oh,
you think that could go on forever?
no, I don't know. I think when you have a collection and stuff, there's always something you can kind of pull out of your ass, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the big question is if people give a shit about it. That's the hardest thing, right? Like, you'll have a couple things that might stick, and then other things that people will be like, yeah, I didn't care about that. You know, every time we talk about wrestling because we like that, you know, that doesn't ever usually do as good, but
Just oversaturated with wrestling channels on anything really.
because probably we just don't talk about it enough, so we probably don't have as many people that watch that are into it. I don't know.
As a matter of fact, anything on YouTube is oversaturated nowadays. Really, you could be like, you know, find me a stream on fucking whale humping or something like that, and there'll be like 5 different streams just dedicated to that one thing now.
Well, what was the thing that more and more of the actual companies like MSNBC, they want to take to the YouTube So it's like they want to take the U out of YouTube. Like they want to make it even more corporate.
I'm sure eventually, like it'll all be.
Jeez, it's already so corporate now. Like, how much more could you do?
There's always more you can do.
Maybe.
No one watches cable anymore.
That's true. I think Another Perfect Day is a reference to a Motorhead song, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's a Motorhead album actually from the 80s. Well, anytime like there's not a real topic or anything going on, I just come up with names
just
of
comes
albums,
up with some bullshit off the top of his
titles or
head.
something, right?
Some sort of
to me it sounded cool. So
Yeah.
What is John Carpenter's most underrated film?
Underrated. Yeah, look at his films.
I think it's I would say the Assault on Precinct 13 is the most underrated one.
I do love that one.
Do you feel like it's underrated?
I do. I don't hear too many people really reference. I mean, had that remake, which was okay, but like nobody knew the original movie when that came out. I mean, very few did. So you got to be a pretty hardcore movie fan to even know what that movie is. I think
I would agree with Zombie. I would probably say Mouth of Madness.
That's what I thought too.
Well, Wes hates that.
Yeah, don't even.
Is that what it is?
But he just hates the guy.
I don't hate that movie as much as most, but yeah, Sam Neill was in that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
You're still bothered by him since watching
That's
Possession, huh?
Uncle Bill and Tom Cruise. Just not. I know that it's like being Mark Wahlberg.
Pretty much all those guys
Sick
are
of their
awful.
face. So, since you two are such big Maiden fans, are you actually going to see the sequel sometime? Since you two are like the originators of Maiden fan club.
You guys, the originators of the Megan fandom.
Hey, Club.
Garrett liked Megan too.
I did, but
We single-handedly brought that movie into the public spotlight.
Exactly. You guys are.
I do like Megan, but I said that the
Big time,
trailer
man.
for the new one made me not interested in this movie. A movie that I was interested in until I saw the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eventually watch it, but I'm not in any hurry to watch it after that shit.
What was the catchphrase they used in the commercial to try to get people to be like, oh, and it's like, no, that was actually kind of fucking stupid, really. What was the big catchphrase? Like, hold on to your vaginas or something like that? It's like,
Hold on to your pussies.
yeah, and I was like, this is
That
stupid.
might have been.
And I think there's like shirts that say that on it or something, and I'm like, it's fucking dumb. Like, why?
Sure, Mark bought one.
What the fuck?
One day there's going to be a Maiden poster back there. I know, Mark.
No,
See it?
never
With the
happened.
doll, and they're gonna wear the shirt. Yeah.
That doll is, I'm never getting that.
Do they
thing.
have like one of those special cups for Maiden 2.0? It's like a robot pussy.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, the popcorn bucket.
Popcorn.
Jesus.
It's a
Its
robot
face
pussy,
comes
just
off
put it-
and shit. Did you say that?
Yeah, I'm not getting that thing.
So his
Yeah,
face off.
you'll get it.
Great.
Don't you lie.
Nah, I'll take a pass.
If it was German, Mark would get it, but it's so freaking- All right.
That's it.
So what do you got coming up, Garrett? Let's end this bitch on a high note.
I got a cool Gateway movie tomorrow. Actually, I know for a fact Wes is going to appreciate it. I'm either going to put it out tomorrow or Sunday. It's going to be one of the biggest Gateway things of the 80s, I think, that got a lot of kids into horror and also monsters. So I do a video on that. I have a little bit of a guest on that's never been on my channel before. So we kind of go back and forth about that concept. And then right before I came on here, I just dropped a rant. I know people like when I get pissed off, so they like to watch me just kick and scream about stuff. So if you want to hear me kick and scream, you can go check out a video I just dropped right before we went live on this one.
That's right, boys and girls. If you don't know, go over to Born to Be Rad, Garrett's channel. Check out that shit.
BornToBeRad.com.
Yeah, baby.
Actually, while I'm thinking about it, Garrett, have you seen that Karate Kid set, that huge thing that they got coming out?
What is it?
It's a huge box set for Karate Kid.
Oh, I did. I have it pre-ordered on Amazon, but like every day I look at it thinking I'm going to cancel it.
Oh, you ain't.
Mhm. All
it's
that
just
cool
too
stuff
much,
in
and
there.
I've got everything, and it's like, do I really need those shitty ones? Like, if it had the
Yeah.
show, I would probably pull the trigger, but like a part of me thinks I'm just gonna cancel it because I've got it. I've got the big three. I'm really only paying to get the girl one, like on
Mhm.
4K or whatever. I don't
that's-
need the Will Smith one or the new one, but I haven't seen the new one, but I heard it sucks.
That
I
shit's
think
pretty
even-
badass, though, Garrett. To be honest.
Did you see
What,
the
the
girl
box set?
one?
Yeah, the set itself, the way it looks.
Is that the fourth one?
nice.
The girl one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hillary Swank.
Hillary Swank.
The,
I'm like the
But
girl.
they said
one,
the new one,
okay.
like even the Cobra Kai people said the new one was not good. Like they basically, the writers were like, yeah, it just doesn't really fit the rest of the
Really?
the franchise. Yeah, but I
It's
haven't
I
weird
seen
can't
it.
that
imagine it being worse than the fucking Jaden Smith one.
With all the success though that they have with that damn show, like why did they choose to go that route? Like
I
that's
don't
just
know.
so odd to do a movie.
They could have made a movie with the show and just had like one final thing
Right.
and call it. That probably would have
Yeah.
did well. I did get the Karate Kid popcorn bucket. I saw somebody ask me.
Are you going to have a shelf just for your popcorn bucket?
No, like
I've
I've got they're just gonna get stored away. I mean, to be honest with you.
it
There it
opens
is.
up into the like the scene. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a whole deal. They went all out on that. I'll give them that.
Which company did that?
It was like a studio, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a studio release.
Says Sony.
Yeah, it must be Sony.
And they're doing that here in the U.S. That's weird.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's like $200 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sony's also doing the special edition of Night of the Living Dead 90 as well.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of interesting that they're doing some more like cults, like older cult movies and nice editions.
Has anything leaked for that yet? What's going on with that?
last thing
I
I
haven't
heard
seen
was
any artwork or anything.
I would
Belser
imagine,
did
yeah.
the commentary at Living Dead Weekend last time with Savini, and Savini said it would be out before Halloween. So by the time the next Living Dead Weekend is, that shit should be out then, according to
Oh,
him.
cool. Okay,
So I doubt it, but that's what he said.
that's cool.
So what the fuck do we have going on?
Oh
I don't even
man,
know.
let me tell you
Tomorrow,
something,
the Keep.
brother. We
Yeah,
got
that's true.
a whole marathon. This is the first episode in the Weekend of Horrors marathon that we're doing on the Dead Pit channel. So, yeah, we got Dead Pit is watching 14 tomorrow. If you ever want to hear us talk about some 90s comedies, we talk about a lot of those. Right on,
Talk about
Will.
Mouse Hunt. I know everybody's waiting on that review. 4K Mouse Hunt.
We're talking about, baby, let me tell you something. Kingpin, if you will, from 1996.
Oh,
It's a good movie. I love Kingpin.
Me too.
And then the big one in that, of course, is The Keep, like we talk about.
That comedy.
Yeah, it is in a way.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real laugh considering all the shit that, like, Vinegar Syndrome, Lord, all the damage they've done to their company just because that piece of shit. That movie sucks. I'll just say it. We'll talk in detail why on the show. But yeah, I wish I would have never bought it. That was one.
Damn, he just like,
That was one where I did not buy it initially, and like through FOMO, because remember it sold out,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and then they brought it back. I was like, well, fuck, I'll get it, right?
Yeah.
And now they've got a blue million of them.
Yep.
So no man to man. That's not happening.
Well, don't need to now. The Keep was really the one people were curious about.
No, I don't know. I mean, we just had so much stuff, and that was a request
Yeah.
through Patreon. So
Okay.
yeah, I think we'll still eventually do man to man at some point, but like, I got to find something to jam up my ass to take away from the pain of having to watch those movies. So,
Oh my god.
Michael, man.
They're the
All right.
Dracula 3D.
What do you
wanna
got
talk about
coming up?
Let me tell you something right now, motherfucker. Like, I'd watch Dracula 3D 14 times in a row before I'd ever watch The Keep again. That shit. Good Lord.
I watched The Keep
God.
interact with 3D and killer cockroaches,
not-
whatever the hell it
The
is.
Keep is not that bad.
What was
Dracula
it?
3D is so bad. Come
Dragonfly,
on.
whatever the hell the thing was.
It's a
It's a praying
mantis or
mantis.
something.
Well,
Yeah.
there, okay.
What the fuck was Scott Glenn and the
They
Keep?
giant praying
Florida?
mantises in these
Fucking-
Dracula movies.
Let me
It
ask
was
you guys.
illuminated.
All Dracula movies, the giant praying mantises in CGI.
All Nazi movies need a bunch of fucking Scott Glenn glowing head motherfuckers coming in to take out copper crosses or whatever.
It does.
Shit.
I'll tell you this: Goro was a lot better in Mortal Kombat than it was in the Keep.
Oh, fuck.
I agree.
Anyway,
Yeah.
on a serious note, though, Rambo, what do you got going on?
Long story short, thanks to people out there, just much more requests coming. So more video game stuff, plenty of reviews. Cheech and Chong's last movie I saw, pretty good documentary. A lot more to come. Soldier with Kurt Russell, Universal Soldier, the original. Just a lot more to come. Uploaded Jeepers Creepers Reborn, awful movie. Uploaded quite a few stuff. Check it out if you wish to. Upload every day. So thanks to people out there. Just going to continue on that. Thanks for having me on once again. Always fun. Oh yeah, and tomorrow be doing a stream on Friday the 13th Part 6. That was a request with a friend of mine, Fabio. So
Oh,
we'll be talking
fuck.
about that.
Ooh,
You
baby.
gonna get on there and just do Tom Matthews impressions for an hour
Say,
and a
do,
half?
do a Tom Matthews. Wes, do a Tom Matthews
I
talking to
can't do
Fabio.
impressions. Can't do impressions.
He can't. It's gotta be spontaneous, or you can't do it.
Well, yeah, if I get requested, I freeze up because what? How do I do the voice? Come on, pussy.
pussy.
Come on, you pussy.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
That's like gummy Tom Matthews.
Hey, Jason.
There you go.
Hey, Fabio.
Hey, Fabio, you pussy.
Yeah, that's the problem. People can't watch it anymore without thinking about that.
What he
You know,
said, I got
you
a
know-
chain and a big rock.
That makes
You
it
know-
better now.
What would be fucking great though too is if like somebody could do like a fan edit of Friday the 13th Part 6,
And you dub the whole.
and I could dub the entire fucking Tom Matthews track.
God.
Hey, with today's tech, it's possible.
I mean, you could easily do it if you take that scene and just take the voice out, right? You could easily probably do it, but then you'd have to
Yeah.
add the music back in, probably.
Yeah, I don't know how that'd work. It'd be a lot of work.
Oh,
I think it'd just be funnier, just out of the blue, his voice. The pussy. That'd be funnier.
Well, if you go back and watch that Felcher show that we did, I did add it in as it was playing the intro, like
Yeah.
live. Good, Jason, you bitchy.
it's the only thing I've ever seen really crack Felser to where he could not like keep his shit together.
Dude, that was a barrage. Like, I don't think we've ever had a show where one right after the other, it was nonstop the entire freaking time.
Alligator legs and getting married and fucking Applebee's.
Why would you marry him? That would fucking kill me.
Fucking
What are you married?
Felcher, he wouldn't trust Elon Musk with his lunch.
Yeah. Just everything about that show. But anyway, Mark,
Yeah.
what's going on? What you got coming up? I know you got to have something coming up.
I actually don't have anything planned, but you guys
Are you
were
getting like a
talking
new
about
doll or something?
no. Just mentioning Night of the Living Dead, I should do a video on the German one that I
Oh, German? Sick.
got. Yeah, it's a big grave thing.
Robot, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, so maybe
Does it
that.
have
I
a
don't know.
mini doll with it though.
It does not. There is a hand coming out of the grave, so. I guess you can play with
Which
that.
fucking real quick while I'm thinking about this, and somebody brought the Howling up. Which Howling movie is it that Felser always talks about?
The last one.
7. The New Blood
Is
or
it
no,
New
what was it?
Rising.
New Moon Rising. Yeah.
Is it that one?
Okay. I don't know. I was trying to figure it out so I could watch it, but I don't know which one to do.
That's one of the worst films ever. Sincerely.
I thought that was interesting though, because like that was the first time that we'd had Sleepy on where he wasn't just talking about physical media releases the entire time and shit. It was the first time in a long time we've had him on, so that made it a lot more fun too.
I think we should probably line up another Slippy ranking video. He could rank anything. Elm Street. I mean, easily could do it around October for Halloween. I mean, easily.
Yeah,
Right.
could do like a Halloween ranking. I think would be the next one that makes sense. Maybe
That would
Rank
be
the
great.
companies he's worked for.
Big killer.
we do have. I do have a clip because I've started to clip some of these shows that we do for just smaller clips, and we've got one on Felcher talking about the worst movie that he had ever worked on for a DVD release. So tried to get some scoops out of him with that one. See how it works.
That'd be interesting.
I got to tell you, he's working on the new Texas Chainsaw movie, the 03 and the beginning 4Ks. So he's doing the extras, I think, on those. So we kind of talk about that just to give you a little preview. It's pretty funny. All right, boys.
All right, ladies
I'm
and
getting ready
gentlemen.
to pass out. So.
Yeah, he's going to be dead here in a minute. So,
Thanks for having me on, boys.
yeah, thanks for being on here. Get your ass on here more often, you old peckerhead.
I
Now,
don't want to interrupt your shows, man.
well, that's fine.
You wouldn't be interrupting anything.
No,
People
yeah,
come
come
to-
back anytime, man.
This is like a
This-
fucking
This is great.
Iranian bathhouse or something. People come in and out here all the time. Like, I just be sitting here and just a bunch of people just fucking shoot it. But, yeah, just remember.
Ranking the releases of Sleepy. That's actually a pretty good idea.
That'd be
You mean to
sweet.
have him on there to rank the releases?
Yeah, with us.
That would be fucking hilarious. You know he wouldn't do it, but that'd still be great.
Yeah, he would do it. I would make him.
You'd make
Hipster,
how you make them?
hipster Uncle Bill says, drinking IPA. All right. That's a pretty good idea, though, actually. But anyway.
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck up on out of here. As soon as I can find the damn shit to get out of here with. Just remember, everybody. Everybody dies, but Friday night lives. See you guys.
I want all these people to click everything they're supposed to click.
You haven't been liking them, you haven't been subscribing to them, you haven't clicked the bell or notification or anything like that.
Folks, why don't you click the like button?
Do you hate us? Do you not want to see us succeed?
Why don't you click the heart button?
Is this something that you have against our particular show?
Why don't you subscribe?
You should click on one of them buttons right now if you want us to continue to breathe greatness into your life.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. You know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decades.
Here's what other fucking Patreons do. They're like, hey, give us money and then we'll let you see a video early that we're going to release like a fucking week from now, and then that's all we're going to give you. Meanwhile, we have a literal jukebox full of songs, thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram. And help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.